Soon
Three,
2, 3,
1.
Four.
Kinberger's
not
doing
Burger
it.
doesn't scan on the sun.
Wow, the uninteresting.
There you go.
Welcome to another episode of Wildly Uninteresting. If I'm not mistaken, it's motherfucking 27. 27.
I feel like did you ever post the last one on the goddamn podcast thing on Apple?
No.
You lazy fuck.
Yeah, I did get
You do the hard work.
I got it
but
on
not
YouTube.
The easy work.
Yeah. We kept looking at each other on vacation like, we need to do that. And I was like, I will.
Yeah.
And then we just sat on the beach.
Well, and then
was
it
like,
took 2 days to put on YouTube, so.
Oh, yeah, because
It was-
I guess in all fairness, you know.
Did y'all do
You
a
guys were
podcast on vacation?
No, we thought about it. But
we did it, it was right before, but, you know, then we just didn't upload it. And
Live from the beach.
He didn't.
Live from the beach.
I
No,
don't do
but
that.
Get out here, fat kid.
yeah, so both of the ones on Spreaker will be uploaded at the same time this week, and the one will be a prior episode. Yeah, I fucked that up, man. But you know, keep blaming it. Seriously, look, it took Wi-Fi in a hotel is not the best Wi-Fi in the world. It took
no shit.
longer to upload the video to YouTube than it did to edit it and render it.
Yeah.
It was
took
fucking crazy.
Quite a long time.
Do you have to sit there and wait, or you can go to the beach while you upload
yeah.
it? Yeah.
We just.
So you don't have to watch it.
Could you imagine just
Superstitious.
sitting there watching it, just fucking
Like
low.
every 10%'s like, are you still there? You have to
God.
click and then it won't start loading until you say yes again.
Dude,
Hey,
that
will
would be
you
a
turn me
fucking
down a
headache.
little?
Yeah.
Not me personally, but my
Yeah,
headphones, yeah.
I knew. I got you.
Thank you.
That's a lot better.
Whatever.
Thank you.
So how's the week gone? We've been not giving a fuck somewhere in Florida.
Yeah.
What have y'all been doing?
Sure, that's not like a bath bomb.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask. What is that? One of those balance balls that like no matter how you roll it, it always stays the.
No, it's a jawbreaker.
Man,
Why does it got such a special
A
casing
balance
for it?
ball? What the
You know the balls that are like it's clear.
Oh
but,
yeah, and you
like,
do this.
It's like it has a bearing in it.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just like it's just a ball, and it's like, well,
Or
how
like
can
one
you
of those,
tell? A ball's always just a ball.
One of those ching balls that like you
Yeah.
put in the therapy balls.
Ah.
Yes.
T-ball.
No, it's one of
I'm there
those,
now.
which maybe this is just a girl thing. I guess guys probably didn't eat jawbreakers, but I used to get them when River Falls Mall was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they were white, but the place didn't have any just solid white ones, so I had to get red.
So you settled on. You're like, I'll take
Yeah.
red.
And I
Just
was-
like everything else in my life, I couldn't eat jawbreakers because I was too impatient, and I just wanted to fucking bite them, and I would always break my teeth on them.
Yeah, no shit.
Really?
No.
Those things are too big to bite. Man.
Oh no, the
Yeah.
little ones.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is great.
Oh, yeah, the little small packet one.
Yeah.
I really thought you were just
those
gonna
are
jam
my-
it in your mouth and do the whole episode with a jawbreaker.
Oh, God.
Just be drilling half of the time. Like, oh.
Yeah. No, it's too difficult to do that.
That's cool.
So
That's it? You're already giving up on it? You took all that time to get it out of the rafter?
I know,
and
it
now
took
it's
me
just
a
like,
long-
I'm done.
Yeah. I don't want to have it in my mouth the entire time. It'll be just like when I put the Smarties in here. It's too difficult to talk.
You know, I remember we used to, like, when we would go down to Florida as kids, we used to get the really big white ones.
Yeah.
Like the ones that were double that size, I
Pussy
think.
shit.
Hell
But
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, they had one that was like this big.
Mm-hmm.
It was huge. It might not have been that big, but probably like that. But I guess I could have gotten that, but it would
It makes
take
my
forever.
jaws hurt just thinking about it.
Well, and I like to actually, which this is gross. I don't mean this in a perverted way. I like to actually be able to put the whole thing in my mouth.
The
And
really big ones?
those
The
huge
double
ones,
size?
I
No?
can't. This
Oh,
one
okay,
I can
okay.
though. Yeah.
Gotcha.
we read up because I bought a bunch of candy from that I Love sugar place, man.
Sugar.
And apparently an
Sponsor us.
extreme amount of sugar and shit can give you brain damage. If
Yeah.
you
Oh
eat
man.
That's
and
good.
unload sugar, yeah.
I have
It's
to go
really
buy
good.
some Oreos right now.
Oh.
It can cause brain damage, and it stops you from feeling like you're filled up, so you'll eat more.
It
So
can stop you from forming new memories as well.
I guarantee you
Just
that's
sugar
why.
alone?
It would be like added sugars, so like not like if you got like a teaspoon of sugar, like that would be okay, but all the shit that's like
If you-
processed and in the stuff is
If you
not good.
notice
Cookies
that
and things of that
in
nature.
McDonald's and Taco Bell, all that shit, there's added sugars even in their food.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder, like, maybe they're doing that on purpose so that you'll be like, oh, I want more. Oh, better get that extra taco before I leave, you know?
Hell yeah.
I was thinking that like in terms of a hot dog eating contest, and then they bust somebody for like stacking.
Oh, doping, like
Yeah.
sugar.
He's got sugar in his
sugar.
dog.
Take him out.
But
He's been eating sugar for 6 years planning for this.
He hasn't remembered anything. He just runs.
But man, that guy can eat hot dogs.
Sure, throw him back.
He doesn't remember anything.
Whoa, that is awesome.
That is legitimate.
We be repping America for
Oh,
this
wow.
bitch.
It
Bizarre.
fucking was insane on the way down to Florida. How many places in Alabama on the side of the highway had
These are
those
pretty
rebel
solid,
flags?
too.
Are they
You know how there was
It's
this,
Alabama. What the fuck
Are
do you
these high
expect?
def? Am I
yeah,
supposed to
there
be
was like
seeing-
there was a huge
they kinda
uproar
did.
a while back about the rebel flags and like take them down, and they were upsetting everybody in the fucking world. Not in Alabama, they don't give a fuck.
I read
No,
a thing
them
earlier
bitches
that
are-
this teacher
Yes!
was teaching. Oh yeah, you saw that shit?
What is it?
The
What?
dude said like the rebel flag was like a symbol for like a willingness to marry your sister or some shit like that. And then he ended up getting suspended because it made its way to the social media.
Okay, so give us a full rundown. What do you?
That was the full
that-
rundown.
Okay, that was the whole story.
That's what I know. A teacher was teaching a lesson.
There
and
you
there's
go.
a picture of the rebel flag there.
There you go.
Oh no, the Confederate flag.
The Confederate flag. Yep.
Either way, they lost. Get the fuck over it.
Right.
But he said that it was just it means that you would willingly marry your sister, and
Gotcha.
obviously, it's half truth, half funny.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
But there's no reason to get all butthurt about it.
Oddly enough, when we got married, that's one of the questions is are
she
you
your sister?
No, are you
Oh.
second cousins
Yeah.
or are you first cousins? If
Really?
you're second
Yeah.
cousins, you can get married.
I think
or
it's
some
second
shit.
cousins you can, but
Yeah.
first you cannot. Yeah.
First you cannot. They
In
were like,
Kentucky or nationwide?
in Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah,
Only in
state
Kentucky,
to state
you know?
to state, it's different. Like Indiana, I don't think it matters at all.
Yeah.
That should be one of those
Damn.
Facebook suggestions. Only in Kentucky.
Yes.
Oh man, I meant to yell
Um,
about whenever I left to come here. My phone was all like, "It'll take 22 minutes to get to where you're going." I didn't tell it where I was going. And I was like, "Oh,
No.
it knows a little too much now."
That's weird.
Yeah.
That is
Wait a
not
minute,
cool.
it really did that?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Fuck me up.
I'm turning you off now.
Yeah. There was something that happened on vacation, and I told you you need to turn that bitch off to only allow it to use your location when you're using it. Like
It
I
had something
turn
to do
it
with
off.
the car and shit.
Yeah, like it did something similar to that. It was
Hey,
like turn that bitch off
Just
until
like,
you're
wait a
going to
minute.
use
I know
it.
how to get there. I didn't put that shit in.
Yeah.
So a question that was posed on the way down, right? We talk a lot in the car on the way down. This is my question I'll pose. Okay, so you read that thing a while back about what was they were using ads to persuade people
Yeah.
in certain states, in certain areas of that state. They would shoot Facebook ads at them and persuade them like it would be fake news. It's when all that with Cambridge Analytica was doing it,
Yeah.
using our data and stuff we had talked about before. So my thing is for people who don't go outside of their county, their state, and all that shit, they don't go on vacation. They only get to see what's on their Facebook, the ads that are getting shot at them. My question is, you think that they feed us these fake stories from Florida's so bad or Alabama's so bad
No,
or
Florida's
Montgomery and all
awesome.
this?
It is.
Well, do you
based
think
on the
that
stories.
they feed that into wherever you live in a certain area, knowing that you don't go nowhere? They build up this fake reality to tell to kind of keep you scared of the rest of the world and keep you racist or you keep you whatever. They feed you these stories because they know you don't go anywhere else in the world, so you're gonna base all your political views and your
like
voting
knowledge and stuff.
knowledge
Yeah.
on what they do.
It
Yeah.
goes even further than that. It goes down to where, like, the algorithms are like, okay, you live in Sebring, Florida, in the middle of Florida right now. Like,
Right.
you've got 2 nightclubs and you've got to drive 30 minutes, like one of those places.
Yeah.
Like, the coolest thing around is the Walmart. Like, one of those.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But, like,
They got a new ride.
and it's only a penny.
Yes.
But no, it's just like there's a whole documentary I just watched, like a BBC documentary. It's the guy named Adam Curtis.
Adam Curtis.
Yeah, it's called Hypernormalization.
Okay.
But it's basically it's like the 70s leading up into today, and the reason why we have Trump. Like, how we got into a position to where we could have somebody like, oh, what? He's running? Nah, he's not going to.
No.
He's the president. God damn it.
He's a fucking president.
But no, it's like basically the algorithms kept people in their bubble, and it kept people comfy.
And they're doing good with it. Man.
Oh,
they
super
are keeping
good.
them.
Absolutely.
And that's what they were saying, that we have our own reality within our face. For people who don't go nowhere, don't do anything, they're actually living this fake life through Facebook, because mentally speaking, they build this reality on the comfort of their own couch, man. So they believe there's something they're not because, there's something on Facebook, you know what I mean? Or Instagram and shit like that. It's very strange, man. Like, everybody knew that there was something up with that, like, about Trump being president. It's just crazy, man. Like, it should have never happened that way. I don't believe. Now, the other candidates running as well, I wouldn't have been happy with either, but, I don't vote, so I don't get a say in that,
It would be a little harder to believe if Hillary had been a good candidate.
Right?
Yeah. If she did, but, who's to say all the stories that everybody heard about Hillary weren't blown up and fake and all that? They were just persuading us. Like, how do you know the things that are on your Facebook
Well, you know what?
doesn't persuade you?
Right. No,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't. I mean,
That's what's
you got to
scary.
put it down every once in a while. I've made a concerted effort to be like, it hasn't worked yet. But
I know, man. It's tough to do.
No, yeah, you'll like just trying to get off it for 2 days. You're like, ugh.
Well, I know that, which I haven't had a Facebook for 6 or 7 years at this point, but
Oh, that's good.
I know
Have not had a Facebook.
I don't have one.
Oh, yeah, you're better off of it, man.
And most people, yeah.
Stressful.
Oh, hey, my love. But I know specifically I didn't vote this time around because both, the two, Hillary and Trump both had charges against them. And I said, I'm not going to vote for, I don't see how my husband can't vote because he's a convicted felon, but we can vote for people who have charges pressed against them to run our fucking country.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean,
Burn
it
this mother
didn't,
down!
like, it didn't pop up on Facebook, but I mean, I had to seek it out. But like, who's to say if that story was real or not? It very well could have not been, but that was my whole reason for not voting, is because that's stupid.
Yeah. So say you want to, like, you're thinking about going to, California for that matter, right? You read, they just flood you with all these stories about how bad Florida is and shit like that. Well, you don't travel, you don't do none of that. So now you spread that to the rest of your people, and you make them fear going. You know what I mean? You're just stuck in this bubble of fear from Facebook that you don't want to go. Oh, I already know that place is bad. I don't want to go on my Facebook. But if you have actually travel there, you find out that, I mean, the people are great, things are awesome. Like,
Yeah, you put down the social media for like 2 seconds. You're like, oh, man, this non-VR life is pretty good.
Yeah.
It plays down what Aaron Sorkin said recently. She was like, if we're going to get a better president, we need better voters.
Right.
So we need people that don't rely on fucking social media
Yeah.
for their information.
Yeah, no shit.
Which, I mean, that's everybody, dude.
We,
I check it like once, maybe twice a month.
Everybody, like, if you're driving, if you're on a Hurstbourne lane and you're like passing 4 or 5 people slowing up on like a red light, it's like every single person. There might be 1 out of 7 people like is not on their phone, and
they check
damn
it,
sure
like, right
social
away.
media. They're not just like, oh, I'm gonna check the weather, unless it's just some old person. Maybe
Always
that's what they're
social
doing. Maybe they are just like the weather.
Put your arm
channel.
out the window, you old fuck.
yeah.
I want to start like honking at people, but I also don't want to like cause a wreck.
Right.
You know, I want to like
Or get
figure out
shot.
some.
yeah, because you might
Yeah,
get shot
that's-
nowadays.
yeah.
But you could just kind of have like a wreck caused like tally mark like on your door, Oh,
Just like,
Yeah.
I've drove past wrecks before. I'm like, how the fuck could they have done that? Like, how did they run into that? At like 9 o'clock in the morning on a fucking Sunday or on a Saturday when there's no traffic. How did they miss that? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? How'd they
How'd
rear
you-
end that guy?
How did you not see?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it just blows me away with that shit. But, you were speaking of that. I used to do that so much, and I have people that are artists and rappers, musicians, all that stuff on my Facebook, and I would pull them up, man, and start that. You know how people get depressed from that shit, and I'd be like, oh, I'm not doing enough with my life and stuff, and then I would just bash myself. But in reality, these people's life probably isn't that good. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know if it's good or not, but
Right.
I shouldn't base how I feel about my life
Absolutely.
on Facebook. And a lot of people do, man. A lot of people follow those people thinking that that's reality. All those good pictures are reality, but they don't see the time in between the good pictures.
Well, then they get in an argument with the person, and they're spending half their day compulsively checking their thing, being like, "Oh, did he respond back?"
Yeah. I really have a strong opinion about
Dude, I'm gonna say this.
And,
Yeah, already knowing this is what's to come.
I finally blocked my first person on Twitter.
Hey,
It was fun though, because it was like a victory for me. Because
Yeah.
they were all like, "Read this before I block you," and then they responded to something else, and like I could say something.
Yeah.
So I said something that was like a clear, "Well, I just won this,"
Yeah.
and then I blocked them. I was
Yes.
like, "Ah!" And then I
Oh,
pictured
yes.
them being all upset, but they probably weren't.
No, I bet they were.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
probably.
Odds
But-
are they were upset.
That's like we
Nice.
have the podcast Facebook. I have my company Facebook, and I have my normal one. And that's the one thing. Like, everybody's watching you at all times. People will text me or call me, and then if I post something on Facebook and I haven't called them back yet, they freak out. I'm like, I've been calling you, and people you just
Yeah.
don't want to fucking talk to, like family,
Yeah.
any of the
Be
family.
careful not to confuse them. Like, don't get them.
I
Don't lose
know.
track of them, because I've made like comments or shit with like the band thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you. I was like, that was supposed to be on my personal thing.
The company one.
Do you have
Wasn't here, you motherfucker. Be like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yes.
Do you have an artist
Not yet.
Facebook?
Yeah, I'm eventually gonna get into it, but not yet.
Yeah. It's just rough across those lines because people can check all that. And then, I mean, they're just watching you. And then if they have an iPhone, they can see your Reddit, which I've turned that off recently because it's
Reddit?
just... no, that iMessage thing where they can see that you read the thing.
yeah.
Oh, and then they'll have your, like, Instagram or your Twitter, and then they're watching that, too. Like, if this motherfucker posts, I'm going to get on him
Yeah.
or whatever.
He hasn't responded to me on this form of social media, but he's active on this one.
Yeah,
Like, what the hell?
They get tore up and pissed off. But
I'm
it's
telling
just
you, it's
weird. man.
truly wonderful having none of that stuff. I don't have an Instagram. I don't have whatever else there is because I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
All that other dumb shit.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I just love the people that's just like, oh, well, I'm not on Facebook, I'm on Reddit. It's just like, it's the same. It's more specified groups.
Yeah,
It's the
no
same
shit.
thing. Like,
That's true.
I have a
It's great.
family member that he's always like, I don't have a Facebook, like it's a badge of honor for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then will tell me about things that I know that I only posted on Facebook. What it is he created a fake Facebook
So
to
he's
watch
trolling,
people.
Yeah,
creeper.
that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So what's the
Ridiculous.
definition of because I see people trolling and shit. What's the actual definition of trolling on the internet?
I assume it's just saying shit to piss people off.
Yeah,
I mean-
the trollers are people that are like stirring shit up on
Yeah,
purpose.
they're the pot stirrers.
Yeah.
Pot lickers.
No.
No.
Did you not hear what I just said?
They can
The
lick a pot.
stirrers.
Too. I think. Well, I mean, they're gonna stir it up. They might as well lick it clean. I don't know.
right.
The trollers are.
Yes.
There are some. Maybe they're not, but I think there's some good to trolling.
I think there's some funny
Yeah.
fucking trollers that, like, they do it. I guess in the I don't know. That's what the outcome is to make it a comedy setting on Facebook, and it's very delightful to watch. Not like those memes of Takashi
Tekashi.
69 are some of the greatest things I've ever. I fucking get on the internet the last few weeks just to look at those because they're
It's like
fucking
also,
hilarious.
Your Honor. Yeah.
Yeah, man, they're just
So-
hilarious. They don't get old.
trolling is carefully and systematically
Oof.
search an
yeah.
area for something,
Sounds legally binding.
right? Yes.
What?
It's literally
That's got to
searching
be short for
something.
patrolling. That
Nope.
can't be trolling.
That is literally troll.
Ridiculous.
To troll for something means to carefully and systematically search an area for something.
Man,
Yes.
we watched
That's
this
exactly
whole
what
thing.
it
hate
means.
We watched this whole thing about.
Doesn't make it less true.
Oh shit! What was that?
Let's change it.
What was it?
Change it.
Get on
I don't know.
Wikipedia.
It's, all the couldn't think of it quick enough.
I know that sucks. I have no
Gotta think on my
idea.
toes and you motherfuckers.
What are we talking about?
What's going on?
We don't know.
We don't know. We're actually
Fuck.
talking about a non-existent
Shut it
conversation.
down.
Huh? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Did you guys see the thing during the AOC thing?
She wants to eat babies.
Yeah, she wants to eat the babies.
She wants to eat babies, bro.
Is it some Alex Jones stuff?
No,
She's gonna
dude.
harvest the organs and
Oh,
Yeah, she's
maybe.
use the stem cells and
That would be
I
good.
think she just wants to eat them.
straight up.
Yeah, dude. I wrote that on the fucking paper, man. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
dude, Couch wanted us to talk about that.
Yeah.
I
That in.
He said something to me about it, and I couldn't wait to talk
Damn.
about
Oh,
it.
well,
Did you
now
read
I'm
that?
mad.
No, he said something.
Okay.
No. Couch
So-
doesn't
Going behind
text
my
me.
back.
So
Bitch.
the basis
Sometimes
of
he
this
does.
lady's fucking argument in whatever meeting that was with AOC or I never fucking know her name, but AOC, right? So they her what
That's her nickname. She's
Yeah.
just a pterodactyl.
the lady said that what will help climate or rising climate
Is eating
Or rise
is
of
to eat the
climate
because
change.
because actually like what was it like
They
stop
secrete.
stop having kids right now wouldn't change anything. Taxing the
But eating
carbon
babies will
emissions.
fix the fucking
Yeah.
problem.
I mean, have you ever had veal? You know, it's got to be the same.
Taxing carbon emissions wouldn't do the trick. So the fucking thing is not.
How did she get the
Don't just-
babies?
How
How did it go from like carbon emissions, babies?
Dude,
I
I
don't know.
swear.
She
Well, because
stood
they're
up
just
and went
future
straight
people
to it.
fucking up the planet. So I mean, if we start eating them now, it's
Yeah.
like, all right, we
Yeah, but
correct
why
past
not
mistakes.
stop having them?
Well, it's
Well, that's
also
what she said.
people
It's not
aren't
going to
gonna
be
stop.
enough.
yeah.
But allowing people to birth them
No,
and
no,
then
simmer
eating them is going to fix it?
Think about it like this: if you're given the choice,
Witchcraft.
are you gonna stop fucking or are you gonna eat babies?
I'll take
I
birth
need it.
control.
no,
Yeah, baby.
that's not an option.
Shit, speaking
Yeah, they
of
got that
which-
male birth control out now, right?
Oh yeah, they do.
All
That
right.
just
I
I
passed,
heard
man.
something
So
somewhere.
that's going to help out. Yeah.
That's not gonna help out at all.
If
No
we
dude's
ever
gonna
take it.
that. Yeah.
Can you
Oh
imagine?
yeah,
that?
yeah. I'm on the. Oh.
It's hard
I'm on
enough.
the pill.
Right.
The guys that I know that have had the vasectomy and shit, I mean, their wife had to practically drag them into the doctor's office and get that shit done.
Well, guys
and
are
it's
so
rough, man.
sensitive
Scary
about
to
their
think
dicks.
about.
Yeah, man, it's rough.
They're so sensitive.
It's something
About
that
it.
hangs off your body. It's
Yeah,
not
but
flush.
a
You know what I'm saying?
vasectomy is
Like,
not going to impact how it works. It's just going to make it to where the girl can't get pregnant.
I know, but anything
can
that
still have
hangs off,
sex.
It does
anything
kind of
that's not.
impact how it works. On a technical.
Yeah, it's like
Fuck you. You know what I mean.
I know what you
Doesn't
meant, but I
it
didn't
lower
care.
I'll give you a
testosterone?
vasectomy right now.
Can
On
we
the
do it
air.
Can we do it on the next episode? I'm not
To
ready
prepare
today.
for it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
we're down.
Yeah.
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 I think we just sterilize the table with that.
I
monster.
kind of get that though, man.
Yeah.
Like,
we're
yeah,
ready.
our thing, I mean, I don't know, because yours would be a surgical process when they're birthing the kid, right? They can go ahead and do that. Ours, they don't put you under or nothing, dude. They take the thing that
Oh,
that
wow.
burns it.
Yeah, what if you're
Make an
cut in half
incision.
from a C-section and they
But
do
you're-
it then?
You're asleep.
No, you're
though.
not. You were not asleep for a C-section.
You sure?
I swear to God.
Damn it.
You're
Can
numb.
you fall asleep if it's comfortable enough?
Hell yeah.
And be like,
No, they slap you. Wake up, bitch.
Wake up.
This is not part of the deal.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, no, you're
some
completely
bondage.
awake.
Like, no,
They
you
just
gotta
put
be
a-
awake.
They just put like a thing up so you can't see.
You can't see.
Yeah. no.
Okay. They
I want to see. Take the curtain.
Yeah, I want to
down.
see.
They
guy-
have mirrors, so if you want to look, you can.
Oh
I
God.
forget what I ate last week. What's in there?
the guy that I seen that had the or it was a tattoo artist, Jeremiah from Tattoo Charlie's.
Mm-hmm.
He said that you could smell like the fumes from the burning
I guarantee it.
nutsack.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that's just
Why are they burning the nutsack?
they burn the little section.
Kill it
What
with
is that?
fire.
Is it a
It's
fallopian tube?
It's a tube that connects the
Some
sperm
tube,
to
I
Oh,
don't
we
know
don't have
what
a
the
fallopian
actual tube is
but that
called.
tube.
We'll
they
call it
take
one. Fallopian
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
and they singe it. Like I guess they make the incision and then
Flopine.
they burn one side and burn the other side.
Why can't we staple it or something? Just put some glue in there and then like make some kind of pill that like you take and it digests and then it dissolves the glue. And whenever you want to have kids again,
Oh, you just take that
I
pill.
was thinking
Yeah.
if they glued it every time I shot a load, I think, is that jizz or glue? What is that?
You'd be freaking out. I feel
Yeah.
like you would feel the glue because it would be hard at that point.
you could
You'd probably
become
feel
like some
shit.
weird like
Ugh.
That would be a weird superpower to have. Like your jizz just becomes glue every time you do.
Trap you against the
being the
wall
guy
and
that
shit.
everything you touch turns to gold, and you're like, oh, everything I jizz on is just.
I broke my cookie jar. I've got this.
I've got this. Give me 2
Batman,
minutes.
trap him. Hold on for a second.
Hell yes.
That's not enough.
Can you imagine that dude just going around jerking off broken thing? He's just jerking off on them, putting them back together for people.
Yes.
You got these
He's
old
traveling
ladies
the
and
world.
shit.
Hell yeah.
They're just so happy because it's a miracle glue out of his nutsack.
It is. It's a
Small-town
miracle glue that,
repairman.
like, once you glued it, actually the seam is seamless and it's 100%. Yeah, he goes around and he's just fixing vintage stuff that's broken. It'd be like American Pickers, but American Penis. Oh, you just call it American Penis.
You're fucking sold
American
on that.
penis.
Because, I mean, that's a fucking rock solid ideal right there. You know what I mean?
we
I'd
had
go
superpowers,
around
for
jerking
sure.
off all day.
Right?
I'd do
To
that
save
now.
the world.
Yeah. I do it now.
Stand back. I got this.
But then the real problem is you only get 7 glue loads a day.
Oh, so you
Damn.
gotta.
Like your,
That was
your
like
peak
Sophie's
thing,
choice.
It's like, yeah. Are you gonna save this person? Or are you gonna fix this thing?
Yeah, I'll fix the thing.
It's a one of a kind item.
Yes. So the tubes in your scrotum,
While we're looking it up, I made that mistake of drinking too much. I'm
you
gonna pee.
didn't pee.
Yeah, well, I did. I peed, but I'm gonna, it's my
yeah.
step.
Pee again. Yes. The tubes are called.
That's our guest, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
not a doctor, but vas deferens.
Damn it! I wanted to say that, but I didn't
No,
want to be
you
wrong.
didn't.
I did.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what they're called. There's 2 of them, and it's called vas deferens. So they remove a small piece of each tube and leave a short gap between the 2 ends.
So are they... Okay.
It says they might sear each end.
Seared. There you
They
go.
might, depending upon how well you behaved in the waiting room.
Yeah, they do.
It depends.
Shut the fuck up!
It depends on. Yes. It depends on the doctor. Some of them burn them, and some of them stitch them. So.
Yeah.
It says it's nearly 100% effective, except I've heard so many cases of people getting pregnant after having a vasectomy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Sounds like a lot of infidelity to me. It can't be bad science.
Yes.
Science.
But actually, I take it back. If you want to have your tubes tied, I believe they do have to put you under for it. They won't do it while you're awake because it's like a
It's
full-on
invasive.
surgery. Yeah.
Very,
I
very
believe.
invasive.
I guess I could look that up as
No,
well.
Either
I'm
way.
sure that you're right.
I feel like
Thanks.
When are
Yeah.
you not?
too much of the burden does fall on women. But at the same time, it's the woman's body. Dudes can just fucking flee.
Right.
So if chicks don't want to get fucked and fled on, then,
Fucked
you
and
know,
fled.
And
maybe
fled
take a little
on.
responsibility
yeah.
for your reproduction. Or
So
become
But-
more into anal. I
Yeah,
don't know.
right? Either one.
Solve everything.
And
Do
so the
anal.
thing that sucks, though, is that, birth control's not always effective. Whenever you get your tubes tied, it's not a guarantee. You can still get pregnant. So the only way to guarantee it is to have a full hysterectomy, and that sends you into menopause. So who wants to fucking do
I
that?
thought you were going to say fuck children.
You remember
Nope.
back
They
when
can't have kids.
you remember back when sex was
Shit,
sex,
now they can.
and all we did was just like do everything that we possibly could to have sex with females, and we never worried about that. And then women were just like throwing pussy around like it was going out of style. You remember those days back in high school?
No.
Now
we
we
were
got.
talking
I
about
was-
the 50s.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, is this a time capsule we're going back to? Like
no
a
shit.
no.
But now you got, you start, as you get older, you start worrying about that bullshit, like, menopause. And then, you get with a lady and then
I
you
worry
have to,
about my
there's-
menopause.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you
you do.
got to worry about your shit going out of style when you're like 40. or
Shit
50.
Going
You
out
just-
of style.
You just gotta comb its hair back and shit, and
Yeah,
it'll be
man.
cool
Your
again.
dick
Maybe
looks
they'll like the
raggedy.
wrinkles.
Yes.
A nice crease.
And get it a
Let's
fedora.
A
But
fedora.
you get-
A penis with a fedora. It's like, I gotta run.
I know, gotta go, dude. Get him a
penis
nice
puts a
little
hat on,
tie. Yeah.
fucking briefcase,
Yeah.
ready to go.
You can be like
Half
an old
limp.
news reporter.
Or an accountant at the stock market.
Yes, hell yeah. I think, did that
Yeah.
go all the way off?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
get it together.
I
though.
finally figured out how to eat this right, and it's almost gone.
Aw, I'm sorry.
So is your superpower run out after?
Yeah, he
more
can no longer.
super glue jizz.
And I'm just worthless.
God, you're gonna be all amped up and shit after that.
I realized
Pure
that once I
sugar.
got like halfway through with this, I was like, oh shit, I'm getting.
I gotta
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm a lot more excited to say things.
Yeah,
That's
it
awesome.
is crazy how the burden really on a lot of aspects in a relationship falls on the female. Men, we're not. We're
What?
kind of
Falls on anal. I thought.
Going back to anal.
Men are
Full
kind
circle.
of we're lazy on everything. Like everything falls on the lady to take care of everything. Like you take care of all the bills and
Yeah,
shit.
except
and,
putting the food on the table.
Whatever.
if I was
We're 50-50. Anna cooking.
No,
Well, he
come on.
cooks too.
It's 60-40.
60.
if I was by
60 to you,
myself,
40
dude,
to
I
him.
fucking
No.
nothing would get paid.
Look at him, he's worthless.
I'd eat shit out of the microwave all the time.
Spaghetti
I probably
and
wouldn't go to
shit.
work. Like
I would go to work.
I'd go live in
Shit.
the sewers in Las Vegas.
Yes.
The fuck I'd do.
That's fucking
Yeah,
great.
but eating the babies, man, that's you know.
Oh yeah, back to the
I don't
babies.
know if it's
yeah.
a good idea. I don't
How
think
we-
that's a good
No,
idea.
I think it's a
man.
great
It's a
idea.
good
Well,
look.
in my
Would
whole
you eat one?
my
I'd eat
question
3.
was why just babies? Why not adult people who already exist? If you're going to go through the whole process of birthing a child to eat it, which is retarded, why not eat a human that already exists? Why not have
Yeah,
babies
you like adopt,
and eat people?
adopt and eat that baby.
Right? Let's knock out
Jesus.
some of the extra population that way. Yes.
Planned.
If
no,
you
never mind.
adopted,
I know.
raised the kid, and then ate it, it would just be like any other farm animal.
Yeah.
Check that out. Ain't that crazy?
You start selling
yeah.
human meat on the market.
So what the fuck is the difference? You know,
Is
I
this?
mean, I know we
we're-
got
this
rights.
is the episode we get canceled, right? 27.
Yes,
That
we've
was
made
it,
it.
yeah.
27 episodes.
They
Yeah.
started talking about eating babies, and then they're like, "Well, you know, actually, it is a good idea." And then
Yeah.
it got dark after that.
I watched the Joe Rogan podcast. They had the climate expert on there and talking about ways we could do. There's a way to get away from carbon emissions, and they had like feeding livestock seaweed. Apparently, would completely like
Is one
it would
sufficient?
knock down the carbon emission by a shitload
Oh.
just feeding them seaweed.
Yeah,
You remember that one?
You know, that whole idea of like, ooh, the cows are causing this with their methane and stuff. It's like, you can't really blame
It's us. What?
humans
Us?
for climate change if it's the fucking cows.
Yeah.
Oh, the
and
cows are
Well,
burping. We're
they're-
causing it.
They're a
Cows are
big,
burping.
they're a big portion of it. We definitely fucked it up, especially during the.
Well, we made too many cows, right? Is that what it is?
I think we made too many people. There are
people to
7
eat the cows.
billion
To eat the
fucking
cows.
people on the planet.
Yeah, that and
Yeah.
people just want to blame it on everything.
Yeah.
Other
it's-
than, oh, yeah, this actually just
Thank you
kind of
very much.
happens.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we accept the fact that perhaps this is just part of the
Yeah.
process that
like
Earth
yeah.
has?
I'm willing to accept that we're not helping it.
We're not helping it, but it is proven that the Earth does this. It has times of extreme heating and extreme cooling.
Yeah.
We're just headed towards extremely
Yeah.
hot.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And
Oh.
like if it does get crazy hot and kill us all, it will eventually cool back down. We'll
Yeah.
just be gone.
That's what
Right.
Anybody
Like
that dug deep
cockroaches and-
enough will be fine.
Yeah.
I'll try to express that like the world, the Earth is going to be just okay because what is it's just going to kill us off like it's done everything else that has run amok on
Right.
Earth. How
How many turtles you know have been killed off?
Well,
I don't know
I'm
the
sure there was
turtles.
Name
some.
names.
Dang.
Name names.
Put,
I don't
put 'em
know.
out
Mitch
there.
Turtle
McConnell. Oh, dang.
Damn it.
Still living. God.
Unfortunately.
No, but you think about it, and we talk about like the one
Turtle.
consciousness, and you think of the Earth as a living thing. That's
Right.
what we said. It'll call on the universe
Well,
to
if it's
help it
one
out.
consciousness,
fucking
then the
takes it.
Earth is killing itself.
No, man, we're like a
No,
cancer.
no.
We're a cancer.
Well, in
What
con-
happens if
on
we're
a-
too much and we've
If there's
taken
one
over?
consciousness, then
Ooh.
all is one.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Like
Then
a
the
hive
Earth
mind?
is killing us,
Oh,
which
that
is one
part
with
of
the
it.
Earth.
So it's like
There
that
you go.
Mark Wahlberg movie.
Which one?
The one where the
All of them.
Earth started breathing.
Yeah, the big
started,
hit.
It started sending messages to people and they just killed themselves.
Oh yeah, man, that's been a little bit.
What the hell
I
is it?
fucking
I feel like
forgot
that was
the
an
name
M.
of it.
Night Shyamalan.
It's an M. Night
movie.
Shyamalan movie.
I have never even.
Yeah, man.
I was just talking about it the other day.
Zoe Deschanel in it.
But the trees would talk to each other and like pollinate
Man,
people.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I always forget about that one.
And then they would walk off like cliffs and.
It was
and
so
out of
stupid.
buildings.
It was such a goofy, and like the way it ended, it was just like, all right, we'll just be positive. I think. I feel like Francis was, and then the trees were like, all right, we'll back off.
Oh,
No shit.
I believe him because the tree.
It was
kind
kind of like
the Lord
they
of the Rings
stole the
pop
plot
up.
of Ghostbusters
Is
because
that happening?
Oh yeah. That's it.
The Happening.
Yeah.
It happened.
Ghost.
That was
It
a movie.
definitely
That
happened.
was a movie.
Apocalyptic psychological thriller.
This is just like
Interesting.
Ghostbusters. No, we're not pissing off goo. We're pissing off the planet.
But it's kind of like
Yeah.
it, right? It is
It
kind of
is.
just like, they instead of pissing the goo off and making the goo more aggressive, they made the trees pollinate us, and
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah.
I get the connection.
It was an unexciting revelation. I was like, oh yeah, it was.
I
Yeah.
fucking hate movies like that. Or we watched a couple comedy shows on the way down to Florida, and it's like they'll have this huge build up, dude, and you're like in your mind, you're like, oh shit, he's gonna go for that punchline,
Yeah.
and then no, he
Nope.
doesn't go for the obvious funny as fuck
what-
punchline.
Like a special, Netflix special.
No, just on her thing. They're kind of like specials, but they're not Netflix special on
yeah,
YouTube.
but just YouTube, like their full special rather than like little clips of it.
Oh, cool.
So if
yeah.
they like have one on Comedy Central and they put it on YouTube,
Speaking of which, who's the guy? Chris fucking Porter. Have you ever heard of this guy?
couple times, yeah.
Chris Porter, dude.
He's
I
wonderful.
think
a few times, quit bringing him up.
I think he's
I'm done
fucking
talking about him.
hilarious, dude. We watched him for a very good portion. Like maybe I could watch his specials over what he has out right now
Mm-hmm.
all day long and never get tired of it.
Yeah,
and I
he's
don't know
real
why
funny.
that. I think it's more of his like delivery, the way he gives it to you, or the way he talks is kind of like backwoods country, but not really.
I feel
Is he
like
from like Tennessee or something?
I
I'm
want to
not sure.
say Missouri, Kansas, something, one
same.
of those
Yeah,
places.
pretty much.
Yeah.
He used to come
yeah.
through
Like
Louisville
a
a decent
southern
amount.
Really?
Well, when he wasn't as big, but I think he's getting to where he's playing. Isn't he playing theaters now? At
Mhm.
least?
Yeah, man, he's doing big theaters now. But that's what I told her. I was like, we got to catch him when he comes in because apparently he didn't have that many shows, but now he's getting big. And I'm like, fuck, man. That's the only bad thing. Like, I like catching artists when they, when
On
they
the rise.
first. Oh, yeah, man. Because, like, Highly Suspect, we caught him at that little stage, fucking seen him, but I like catching, like, Tyler Childers. I tried to catch him early. And we didn't. He got famous way too quick.
It's like overnight.
I can't pay like $60, $70 or more
Yeah.
for just seeing one, but I can't do it, man.
Right.
But a lot of your comedy people, if you're going to a comedy show, they don't charge that fucking much. How much we pay for Chris D'Elia?
Shit. You know what? You bought the
It was
tickets.
like
it was
$30.
a surprise for
Yeah,
me,
it was
so I
probably
don't
like
know.
35
I don't think
Yeah,
it
man.
was.
I
real
think we
expensive.
paid just as much for the shirt that we bought there.
Oh, yeah,
as for one ticket.
Yeah, the shirt was like $30.
Yeah, and it was fun. The show was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. Even better live, dude. He even kicked somebody out of the theater and shit.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
awesome.
Really?
Yes, I
You
love
gotta-
it when that happens.
You gotta
It's
love when a
fun.
professional deals with a heckler.
Mhm.
Oh,
'Cause
because they
don't
kill him. They
yeah,
murder
dude.
him, dude. They make those people feel like, oh, I'm never gonna do this again.
I'm never-
Yeah.
They just a lot of them
Whoops.
just shut up. They're like, oh god, I
Well,
can't,
it's
can't
like
believe I
they
said it."
forget that they are paid to be assholes.
Mhm.
They're
Right.
professional assholes.
Yeah,
Depending on the comedian. Some just
Yeah.
aren't assholes. They just, are up there talking about shit. But you're not going to do better than them. So why are you heckling them? Because you're going to get owned. Sorry.
Well, sometimes. I went to go see Theo Vaughn
Oh, yeah.
recently. And his
Yeah.
guy that he came with, honestly, I don't know, he wasn't that good.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
he's just like very like shock like it's just
Oh.
like trying to be tosh but maybe a little bit more
Oh,
wordier,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
is not not
That's,
good.
that's
I can't stand
We
that.
only need one Tosh.
Where they're not
Right.
professional, but they're just like fucking just shoving it in your goddamn mouth. and they
Yeah.
don't-
Oh yeah, and
they're
it
not
was just
trying to use words and making it into something. It's
easy.
just,
Yeah,
I fucked
lowbrow
my
shit.
dad.
Here's some angry
Let's
force.
laugh about it.
And then I fucked her.
yeah.
It wasn't that bad, but it was definitely like, oh, is he bringing this guy along to make him look better? Like,
Yes.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But like one of the hecklers definitely took the better of him, and it wasn't even a good heckle. He was just being like, "Yeah, America," but the dude couldn't shut him down. It's just sometimes you'll get the better of him, but
Yeah.
dude was
That's
probably
rough.
nervous. He's probably like, "Oh shit, I'm new to theaters. Like,
Right.
what am I supposed to do?"
The guy that came with Chris D'Elia, and I can't remember his name, but he wasn't good at all. But I've seen he wasn't like nothing. I didn't like him.
He was okay. It
But
wasn't like
You gotta love when
slapping, knee slapping funny the whole time. But
you gotta love when the heckler just fucking clearly wins the
Mm-hmm.
thing, and then the comedian's just like,
Yeah.
just stops and like, here's my joke again.
Yeah.
So you just have to
Y'all
hand
ready
over
for
the
the
mic.
You're ready for the
Say,
Alright,
fuck
next.
it,
never
man. Get up
mind.
here. You've bested me. Here's what I was gonna close with.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Good luck. I
We,
feel like Chris Porter he's so funny, and I think this is why. It's like you're hanging out with him,
Yeah.
and
But
that's
whole
the
crowd,
conversation that you
yeah.
would be having with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
And
that's
he's
him
just
all the
funny.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Where
that
did he
good
play at?
shit.
Yeah, I like it.
Or I guess you guys are waiting for him to come here.
Yeah, we're
Okay, or come through close.
Yeah, where'd
Say-
you say he is right now? He's gonna be in like
Oh,
Canada,
yeah,
maybe.
like Canada, dude. I
Everything-
hate that.
I feel like he's coming up on the end
hate that.
of a tour, and
I
there's
do,
like
man.
8
I hate when
shows left or
so
something like
that's
that.
the only bad thing when an artist is first starting on anything. So they always do an overseas tour. Like that's all they do in the beginning. Really, they do overseas shows. If they're getting, trying to up and coming, they're trying to make an international name and
That's
shit.
like their next level up. They're like,
Yeah.
all right, let's go try to do it over here.
And then you can't hardly catch them because they'll do that all fucking summer long, and they don't have any winter shows. And,
Oh yeah, like Bert Kreischer, he does a lot of stuff in
Yeah.
Australia, and then Tom Segura. Yeah, they're always over in Europe
Always,
and
dude.
stuff. Yeah.
It's just rough because I get what they're doing, but it's like, man, we want to fight. We want to see you. But
Send
fucking
him an
terrible.
email.
Yo.
They
Hey man, we want to see you.
there's
Hit 'em
a
up.
Come on down to Kentucky.
there's a story that Bert how you said his last name, I can't ever say it.
Kreischer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has a story about the machine. You ever heard that story?
Yeah. No, dude, that's how
Everybody's
he.
heard that goddamn story. That's the one thing that he says that's funny.
I just heard it like a week ago.
Now he's known as being the most racist comedian.
Oh, what the fuck?
How's
It's
that
not his fault.
How's that not Michael Richards?
Nobody's ever gonna forget that. I don't think everybody's ever gonna live that down.
Hold
But
on, what?
Michael Richards,
Oh,
the
Kramer?
Kramer, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the meltdown.
You
Man,
know.
hey, I just heard he said it and all that shit. I finally watched it, dude. That shit was hard to watch. He did, what is it, Laugh Factory? He did that?
Yeah.
And that shit was so hard to watch. I was like, oh,
It's like,
no.
just shut up, just stop
He
talking.
didn't stop. The other guy shut up for a second. He could have just stopped. He didn't have to say the N-word. He said it a bunch, though.
Yeah, you try it once, and if it fails, just let it go.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
he's
just
just gonna
maybe-
keep going with it.
Don't
I'll
try
make
it.
it work.
The best
Yeah.
example of when a
Maybe.
heckler wins.
Yeah.
Especially, you got to think, too, you say some off-the-wall shit. Now, you don't even have to say it. You can just say, hey, I said it one time, and your career will go down the motherfucking toilet.
Done. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Did you ever have any? Like, I know you didn't do that long, but like, did you ever have any hecklers mess with you or anything?
Not really. And
Or
I
did you
didn't
ever
do it
have
for
any
that long.
like MCs like get up afterwards and
Yeah.
yeah?
Fucking.
Kate.
I might have had an
Reed.
example.
No,
popped
she
in my
never
head.
did. She never got at me. She got
Go
on me
on.
for
Being a
I-
man hater.
I
Or a
recorded
woman
a video of, because I think he's fucking hilarious, Ronan Hirschberg.
Oh yeah.
And I was new to it and all that shit, man. And I was recording him because I liked his shit. I wasn't gonna post it or nothing, you know.
Right.
And she got on me for that. The host of that show got on me and was like, "You're not supposed to." Man, I felt so bad after that because I was new to it, and I was like, "Fuck, man,
I mean,
my
if-
bad."
You know,
Still tell her to eat a dick.
Right.
You know me, I'm too fucking nice. Unless you like hit that exact nerve, I'm like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
fucking sorry."
My bad.
that's a good quality to have.
Please love me.
But I will
Please
say
love
that I did a show at a black bar. When I say black, an African American bar. The majority of people there, you know what I mean?
I
It
think
was
we
like
were
a-
the only white people
We were
there.
the only white
Yeah.
people, right? And so they let me go up first. He's like, "Oh man, we'll give you
Cream
like
and
5-10
Oreo.
minutes, just be relaxed and stuff."
Was
And
this downtown?
No, man. This was out by Rec Bar, close. It was on Taylorsville.
What?
It was like, I forgot what the place is called,
It
man.
was out. It was out in J-Town.
Yeah, it was very close to
I
J
know. I
Town.
don't remember what the name of it
Out
was.
by Rec Bar.
It sounded like a train station or some shit. The name.
Oh,
of
was it Union Station?
Oh,
Union
God.
Station
no.
nightclub?
No.
No.
Yeah. The name of that place kind of took me by surprise. Then
Yeah.
I went and we played there, and it was a shithole.
Oh, you played there before?
Oh, dude.
Isn't it crazy?
It's crazy.
Have you ever
You're
seen
like,
the
"Ooh,
back
dedicated."
room?
Oh, God.
That back room looks like something out of a fucking horror film.
Oh, you talking about with all the lights and whatever?
Yeah.
The neon lights? And...
Yep.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
fucking-
that's where Mark was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We
I didn't know
we
that's that
watched a few
place.
comics there, but the place I went though, man, they let me up. I'm the only white dude, and there's only like what was it, like 3 people at the time, 4 people in this
You feel
bar.
like you were at the Apollo.
Well, and they were
No, not at all, man. That would've
essentially
been
the
hard.
only people there were the comedians
Yeah.
who were going
That's
to
a lot of
perform.
shows.
Yeah.
And then like
which is
the
fine,
bartender
but
and shit. So I get up there and I'm like, I'm not even trying to deliver these jokes. I'm like reading them off the top of my head. You know
You're
what I mean?
phoning it in. And you're like, all right,
Yeah.
guys. But
I didn't have any, like nothing hit, nothing flat, not even hit. Like I couldn't get my wording together.
Right.
And the last joke I said, I think I was like, here, I'll give you the mic. You all have taken all the sports from us. Might as well give up comedy to you.
yeah.
And oh, dude. And I was like, oh, fuck, man. And I forgot what Eric Kinberger said when I got up there, but he was like, said something like, I hope he can fight because he can't tell jokes.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
exactly what it was.
Oh,
Yep.
dude. After that, I was like, oh.
It really
Yes.
seems like that last thing would be like complimentary.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "You damn right, cracker.
Yeah.
Taking all your shit."
See, I try to make it. I just don't know if it came off as like a hit
a jab.
Yeah.
or if
Well, my
they
God,
took it as
you're in the place.
Yeah.
Like, do you really think that you hate black people
Right.
and you're in a
Right.
black comedy?
I will say something
bar?
though. I thought like that Eric Kimbrell, like that was a knock me down.
Mm-hmm.
But after the show, dude, he was like, "This is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
need to,
dude.
you
Yeah,
need to
he's
go
real
work
cool.
on this." He
He'll
was
talk
like,
to you for hours about
Oh,
it, dude.
"He's one of the best. One of the
3 hours in. Shut up. I get it.
Yeah, I gotta go, guy.
Yeah.
He's an awesome comedian, but like I thought he'd be, an asshole in person. But dude, he fucking laid it down. Was like, you need to tell a joke within your, just tell me what I need to do within it. And I was like, man, that's awesome. He's like, you need a punchline like every, few seconds or some shit. But,
No, absolutely. He'll give you good advice, and
Yeah.
then he'll see you 3 months down the road and give you that same advice.
But that's the only time like I've physically felt like sick. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, because you're like, oh fuck, did that come off wrong? You're
Oh
like,
yeah, dude.
fuck.
I'm doing so terrible up here, and then I had to hit him with that at the end. But I mean, I was only like a couple weeks doing it.
You know
weeks. Man.
the what's he called? What, MC? Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, Justin Tab.
Yeah. I'm gonna say he thought it
Justin
was
Tab.
funny when you said that though. He was on
Yeah, he
board
did.
with it. Yeah.
I recently apologized for not being black on stage.
It's awesome. I
Nice.
don't even need to know the context. I'm
How'd that
good
go
with
over?
that.
Oh man, it just like the rest of the jokes. It didn't go over. It was just still silent. It was in the middle of Ohio. It was in Sydney, Ohio. It was an outdoor comedy festival.
Yeah.
And it was Sunday. I had to be switched. I was supposed to be on Saturday, and that's when all the people were there, and that would have been fun. But no.
No.
Nope.
I had a bachelor party that I had to be a part of. That yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Motherfucker.
Then
Titties
plans.
and booze.
Shit, I didn't even go to the titty
You
party.
were gonna say
man.
titties and boobs.
Titties and boobs.
Yes.
Hold on, you were
Two of
performing.
my favorite things on the planet.
You were performing for the bachelor party.
No. It was my sister is getting married, and the guy she's getting
Oh.
married
Oh,
to
your
doesn't.
sister is a dude.
One of those, man. I've been a part of that.
No, but so it ended up being a good time. We went to a distillery the first part of the day, and they went shooting earlier that day. It ended up being like a 3-parter, and they went to Nashville the next day. But it was fun.
Yeah. Nashville.
What were we talking about?
Yeah.
About,
you apologizing for being
You
black
not
or not being
yeah,
black for being black.
No, it's just and I went up on Sunday and there was like nobody up there, and the only people that did good were these 2 black guys before me. And I was like, well, I apologize. I'm probably not a redneck for you guys. Probably wasn't black enough either. The comedians loved it, but everybody else was just like,
Yes.
What is this? That's what I'm saying. And the only bad thing, especially at smaller shows, when you have like famous people making, stabbing at people and, really put in your face. Nobody cringes. Nobody gets all uptight. There might be one or two, but everybody else laughing drowns.
He must be going
drowns them out.
somewhere with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
professional.
But now, like, in those smaller shows and then, like, open mic stuff, like, everybody's so tensed up and uptight about how it should be or what you should say. And then,
You see it
it's
in their
easy.
eyes before you get on
Oh,
stage.
dude, I
Well,
know.
like it seems to me like white people are the most tense about stuff.
Oh,
If
we
you
always
say-
have been.
If
Yeah.
you say black, they're all like, "Oh shit!" Like you can.
Oh, your next words
hear-
that better be are great.
Yeah, I know.
We-
like you can hear the tenseness in
There
the
was-
room. It's
there-
ridiculous.
There was a guy that went up one time, was doing an open mic. He had a guitar. He was like clearly trying to like, I don't know. He had a guitar. He had a fake mustache.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and it was hilarious. But there were like black people in the thing, and his thing was, acting like he was a racist, but acting like he was going to use the guitar in his performance, but didn't
Never
really
did
do it. Yeah, it was all just like a mock-up, dude. And the shit he was saying was funny, but it was like, ooh, questionable. So the whole time I'm uptight but laughing my ass off. And the African-American people in the crowd and the people he was making fun of, they were fucking laughing too. So it was like, oh, thank God.
Stamp of approval.
Yeah,
Good
man.
to go. Let's laugh.
Good to go.
But that's,
White people, we
it's-
can laugh now. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's when you have to look over at the people and make sure they're laughing, and then you're like,
That's when you should just be introduced, and it's like, here's blah blah blah. He likes black people.
yeah,
Yeah.
did it right off the
All
bat.
right,
That's a good
you heard
idea.
it first.
Yes. So don't be offended by anything I'm
Yeah.
about to say.
50 Shades of Brown is his nickname. He loves it.
50 Shades of Brown. Yeah.
Have you had a show recently?
Yeah, I did a show. Most recent one was in Bloomington at a haunted train sanctuary.
It's awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's
You
a
said that?
haunted. What
I
happened?
thought that exact thing. And you said it as
is
I was
it?
thinking it.
It's awesome.
What'd y'all say?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway, sorry,
I thought y'all
continue with
said
you.
like Bloody Mary and like we gotta go look in a mirror and turn our lights off now and
Yeah.
throw
Dicks
salt
out for
over our
Mary.
shit.
Now we have to move.
No, this haunted train sanctuary. Go
Yeah.
on.
So yeah,
I'm
dude,
interested.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was it's owned by a family of gypsies.
Oh, nice.
And it's
Even
like, yeah,
better, though.
a bunch of like, cabooses or whatever, all like, there's 2 rows of them. One row is like where they actually live and, running water and heat and
Yeah.
all that shit, just retrofitted. And the other one is like a, they only use it during Halloween, but it's just a little haunted, like hotel
Nice.
type, or not hotel, haunted train type thing. You go through the whole thing, you snake through it, snake back to the other.
Yeah.
Dude, so when we got there, I don't know where I'm out of breath. I don't know, but
I think you just
The
walked
drink.
through
I was
the
just
train
thinking about it.
again.
Probably the
Getting
drink and then
scared.
probably thinking about it. Yeah, dude. But when we got, it was like 6:30, and I was talking to 2 or 3 comedians there, and it was just like, oh, let's go wander in there. So we wander in, using our phone flashlights, just going and like looking around. There's like so much shit. Like they like take a lot of time and effort into this shit.
Yeah.
Looking around, and then all of a sudden, like 12 minutes into it, just like everything turns on.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 people like fucking with us, so we're obviously like going through it at that point. And like it was scary at first, but then you're like, oh, okay, blah blah blah.
yeah.
But
But when
the
it
chick we
first
were
did it-
with was freaking out, so that was fun.
So you didn't even expect it
Yeah,
to
that
start doing
initial
its thing.
like
Oh, fucking
everything
shit.
turns on. You're like,
Whoa,
wait a
whoa,
minute,
what
is
the
this
fuck?
haunted?
Yeah. I'd shit my pants.
What'd I
man.
get into?
That's so you did a comedy show at this place.
It was for the employees. It was like a kickoff party.
Oh, okay.
So we
Cool.
did it like, yeah, they had this like a little, I don't know how to describe it. Like there's a road behind it, but like a little 12-foot drop and just like an area around where like they
Ooh.
have like a playground area for the kids.
Yeah.
And they had this like on the side of the wall where that drop is, they had built a castle for like, the kids to feel like, just have fun. It's not big, it doesn't go like really deep
I'm a
into
tyrant.
yeah. I can't wait to rule you. But I don't know. A gypsy king.
Yes.
Yeah.
On top of all that, that's
Right?
man.
So you can't understand what they're saying.
So what constitutes like being a gypsy? How would one become like a gypsy? Like what it entails?
So I think this
Oh,
was
is
an
it a-
American gypsy. This wasn't like an authentic
Oh, okay.
European gypsy.
I was gonna
okay.
say
Yeah.
bloodline, but
Oh, it's like
Yeah,
a
I think-
bloodline thing.
This is one of those gypsies that like we were like maybe grandfathered into it or something. Maybe gypsies second generation gyps.
Ah, gyps.
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 Is
Ooh,
like
that
a
sounds
racial
like
slur?
That does.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I was thinking about saying, but I mean, people do consider gypsy to be like a racial slur.
Yeah, they do actually.
But at the same time, fuck them, because who gives a shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking isn't everything a fucking racial slur though? I mean, you can't really shit without saying something racist.
Jews. Oh, okay.
I don't want to be the originator of gyps though. Like,
Yes, you
I'll
do.
take
it is
it.
now.
how'd you become famous?
Kill the
Well,
gyps and Jews,
Gyps and Jews.
and the
Sounds like a
gyps are
sandwich.
Japs.
The other thing would simply be like kind of being a nomad.
That's
in a
what I
sense.
thought. Like you would just go and then you would sell your like jewelry and stuff.
Yeah.
For,
Plus, you also have to be into
Right.
fortune telling.
oh yeah, I
Or at
can
least
do that.
tarot
Palm
cards.
readings.
Yeah.
tampon readings?
Tampon
Tampon.
readings. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really what I
disgusting.
heard.
Just hold it
Oh.
up and like,
What
yep.
do you
Let's
see
see.
in this? It's like blotters instead of the blotters.
I'm definitely gonna die tomorrow. Okay.
Or you throw it against the wall.
Oh my
And
god.
fucking-
Al dente.
Yeah, it's like a fucking picture to you. Fucking, you're gonna have 12 kids. Yeah,
God
man.
bless.
I thought you could be a gypsy. Like my parents are gonna become gypsies when they run away.
Yes.
Yeah. I just didn't know. Like, so what would it be?
It's just convict on the run.
Yeah,
That-
it would just be
that's
a hobo.
fugitive.
We looked up. We looked up one thing. We should look up what the definition of gypsy is. What was the
Yeah.
first thing we
Gypsies.
looked up?
And it's the mechanic in
I looked
Stars
up
Hollow.
vasectomy.
Was it vasect? No. What was the? We looked up the
Stars Hollow.
definition of something. before
Trolling.
That's a
that.
Gilmore Girls,
Trolling.
right?
That's
Yep.
what it was. We should keep track of the stuff we're looking up. Trolling.
Yeah, I've just never been.
Trolling.
I don't think I was in it enough because I did, those open mics and stuff. I think people were just. I got lucky enough to be around nice crowds that were just like, get them off.
Yeah.
this."
Yeah.
But something I heard though, they were saying about the good thing about open mics is a lot of people that get up there are like first time or stuff like that. So a lot of them aren't good. So it gives you the motivation to be like, oh shit, I can do this too. And then, so it's a good starting point.
Suck also.
Yeah, it's a good starting point for people who want to get up. Even if you only do it the one time, I think it's a good experience for people that are trying to get out there and get your name out there, whatever you're doing. You know what I
No,
mean?
I think
Get up there.
it's a good experience. It's
If you wanna
like
be mayor, be a comedian.
service industry. I think
Yeah.
everybody should have to do it for a week.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just even if you're a musician
agree
or
with
some
that.
shit, get up there because there's nothing to hide behind. You have a microphone and you. That's it. You can't hide behind your instruments and shit. So I think it would open you up
Is that a
and
dig?
Very
What's
humble.
that?
it would help you in
Which one?
like communicating
I
with
don't
people
know.
in the
It's like he's ripping
workforce
on
and shit.
musicians.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
What'd you
think too.
It's like you're ripping on musicians. Oh, you can't hide behind your
Oh,
instrument. No,
I do. Like
fucking.
because that's
Yeah, no,
That's
he's
the-
calling you specifically a bitch.
No. All
He thinks you're
musicians
a
are
pussy.
one. You.
All musicians.
'Cause,
are
I'll
one.
hug this out with you. I don't care.
like I
that's
told the church wanted me to sing one time, and I get up there, man. I've been playing music and guitar and drums and all that. I don't give a shit. I'll be up there doing my thing and fucking acting like an idiot. But they had me sing in front of the choir and stuff because I was like performing before I would perform in front of the church. And dude, I was shaking. I was all nervous. And it dawned on me, I was like, well, I don't have something I can hide behind. This is my voice. It's not like an instrument that I can play and just hide away.
Right.
So when you're just doing your voice, it's like, oh, fuck, this is all me. So I think that getting up in front of them, even if you don't do it, it would be a good opener for, communication in the outside world.
I think going into it too, understanding that you're gonna suck. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
oh shit, you're just gonna suck.
Man, fuck
Sorry.
that
I know.
Dude,
Well,
yeah.
that's it. You
Then
got to go in
you'll
it.
Got
be-
some monster left if you want.
Yeah, right.
You got to go into it thinking like, don't expect like you're gonna fucking knock it out.
Right.
We watched this thing where all those comedians were like, they're fucking terrible for years on end because they're learning that entire time. Like
Right.
nobody just gets up there and they're just like fucking fantastic.
Right.
Not many people. Yeah.
Yeah, very few and
There's
far
people that
between.
will
It has
be
to happen
quick bloomers.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. So the definition of gypsy: a member of a traveling people traditionally living by. I don't know what that.
A river.
What is that fucking word?
I don't know, man.
Itinerant.
trade and fortune telling. I've never seen that word in my life.
Well, now you gotta look that word up.
Yeah, we're just gonna like the last
What's
second half of the
that?
podcast is looking shit up.
Looking
Right.
shit up. What
A
is
nomadic or free-spirited person is an additional definition.
Free spirited. So hippie.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's just a nice way of calling somebody a hippie.
Yeah, except it sounds more offensive.
Yeah. I feel like gypsies probably smell less bad than hippies.
They
You
both
think?
come from patchouli, I think.
Truly. So we the last podcast we come up with this idea to we're gonna build a pole barn back there, and we're gonna build the studio for this and for music back there.
That's awesome.
But before we did that, man, we wanted to put together this like artist party. I guess you would, we'll invite
Could get really
comedians,
sad.
It's an arty.
musicians,
Yeah.
painters, writers, poets, whatever. We'll invite everybody, right? Because I have a lot of those type of people in my Facebook, photographers, everything, right?
It's gonna be hard to catch them all on their good side of their mania.
Oh yeah, that is something
We'll
you gotta
take
watch
the dark
out for.
as well.
Just to split it half and half. Hey, if you guys are depressed, go to the left side of the pole barn.
Yeah.
If you guys are
But-
feeling it,
So
you'll
we-
hear the umps.
So we like, set up a bunch of fucking canvases, a bunch of music instruments, just lay them around. Just everything you think of, keyboards, bongos, paint, color, whatever you can do, draw, whatever. And invite all these people over and have a nice little setting where people get together and they just create. Like, I think without any,
Expectations.
no expectations.
Whatever, man. If
just-
he didn't listen to the last podcast, fuck him. He knows enough about it. Continue.
But where they just come in and they just start like creating, like
Yeah.
you just you can try writing, you can try painting, you do it, but it's everybody collectively getting together and trying to do it together. You know what I mean? I
So
think it'd be a
is it
fun
gonna
idea.
be like artists cross, like trying different things? Like, hey,
Yeah.
you try this, well, I'll try that. You try my trade, well, I'll try your trade.
Exactly,
Yeah.
man. They get together and whatever you want to try or do, you
Make
just
sure
do
you
it.
bring drugs.
That's
It's like-
covered.
Everybody gets a
drugs.
cap. Everybody gets a mushroom cap.
That is hard to find.
That'd be a good
artists
icebreaker.
on their good side.
Just nobody try to jump out the window.
We'll just board them up.
It's on the first floor, but don't
Yeah.
don't fuck up our grass.
And we really like our grass, so please don't.
It's organic.
It's organic. It is organic.
Yeah, that's
By
something
nature.
weird
So
that
they
we've talked
say.
about
Yeah.
That's true.
before, is that many artists, man, are very weird and off-put. They're, especially your greats, are weird and off-put. They're introverted. We were listening to a lot of artists as far as musicians and rappers and stuff, and they talk about how introverted they are, and they never wanted to be famous in the first place. They just wanted to create art. Well, then it caught on, and then now they have all these engagements. They have to get out in front of people, and they really don't want to do it. Like they really have to be talked into doing it. So the money doesn't help that, I'm sure. Money doesn't help being introverted,
No.
being weird, and being off-put, I'm
Do
sure.
you think introverted people are capable of becoming extroverts?
Ooh.
Do you think there are people that are able to like come out of their shell or whatever?
Yeah, I think
maybe.
they could push it down a little, but I don't think they're full on extroverted.
Wouldn't it be like that's a mental,
That's
kind
just
of a
my
mental
opinion.
illness, right? Not illness, but that's a mental block, would be introvertedness.
Is it?
No, it's
don't know.
really just a personality.
Yeah, it's just like a state of mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just lazy people. That's what it is. Fucking goddamn it. That's all it is. It's this whole time. It's the fucking liberals, man, just trying to take our guns and fucking Netflix and chill and all.
Netflix.
When you did your paper,
I don't know if
thought
any
you were
of the
gonna, like,
stuff-
read the news.
Yeah.
I would say at times I'm very introverted, where like I'll fucking like look at my phone, like put my phone down. I don't answer calls or something. I don't hang out with people, and I just want to sit on the
That's
couch.
just being a dick.
No, like you physically feel like you want to go and hide away from people, rather than view that side. Like it takes all your energy to go to the store and
Yeah.
get something to drink if you want it. And I have moments of that, and I feel like the art that I create, as far as like drawing or tattoos and music and stuff, I can create and do, and I feel like I have talent, but it's just hard to put it out there and get judged by people. And I don't know if that falls under being
What's
introverted.
what you were
Yeah,
doing with
well-
stand up? people were judging your stuff every time you said something. So
Yeah, and I always felt like I had to do like something new. I could never work on material. I would always have to come up with something fucking new. I think, and that became a headache. You know what I mean? Because you're like, well, what am I gonna fucking do? I had a hard time shaping jokes. You know what I mean? Like making them not sound generic. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like coming to the conclusion, not generically.
Right.
You know, some people are really good at that.
I still miss the Jimmy John joke.
Yeah.
I tell so many people about that.
I always liked that one, man. I thought I did very well with that one.
It was great.
Hell
It still
yes.
is. I mean, it's still there, right?
Yeah,
It hadn't gone
buddy.
anywhere.
No, it's still in the green book. It's
That's
still
right.
there.
But
Yeah,
no,
man.
it is very much introversion, I guess. But I think it's possible to branch out and be the other. I'm very much an introvert, but when needed, I'm an extrovert. Like
Like when you go to
people,
work and shit.
yeah, like people at work. If I told them I was an introvert, they wouldn't believe it.
Like, what?
Yeah, they would.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, you're lying to us.
And I can talk to you and socialize. I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, you go home and you be quiet. What do you mean?
Yeah. What do you mean?
How you do that? You're always talking at work.
No, the whole idea
Exactly.
behind getting all these artists together and shit is because I was watching a video where two people, you know, it was just organic. They got together in the subway and they just started creating music. He put on a beat and rap, and she sang over top of it. And just seeing the amount of fun they had with it and the excitement, man, was like, I'd like to do that with people. Just invite, you know, musicians and shit over and just come up with random shit. No, like don't come over to play alternative rock. Don't come over to play country or whatever. Just come over and
With an open mind. And
Yeah.
just,
pick some fucking
Let's play
notes and
music,
shut
brother.
the fuck up, you know?
Yeah.
Just paint some shit.
Too many people want to build something that's gonna make it big,
Right.
and they forget that you have to make stuff that you truly like, you know.
And have fun.
the
You just
inside.
gotta have fun with what you're doing.
Yeah.
For
You can't
sure.
have fun with what you're doing. Don't do.
I just want $1 million.
That's
You
it?
want it? Or
That's
you,
it.
That
you
one's
want it?
nothing
Want it.
anymore. What that will last you like? How long will
A
that?
week.
I don't know, long enough. Let me have my dreams.
Can you realistically make $1 million? How long can like if
Oh shit. What do you
I don't
mean,
know.
like make it?
I guess, like,
at
you
your
know,
job?
like if let's say like you got $1 million, you like I'm not doing electric anymore. Like how
Ooh.
long could you make it last out here? Oh damn, you probably
I
have,
would probably make it last the rest of our life, to be honest with you.
I'd say,
really.
well, and we
Well,
don't
I don't
really,
know.
we don't spend a lot of money on stuff. Like we pay our bills and we kind of chill at the house.
And
So,
you've got farmland, so you could literally
Yeah.
just create
Oh,
your
yeah,
own
we could
little
grow.
homestead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's something Warren Buffett said that the hardest thing in life is to make your first $1 million. That's the hardest amount of money you'll ever make. After your first $1 million, every million after that is easy. So much easier than getting the first one.
Right.
Because to turn $100 into $1 million is a lot harder than turning $1 million into $2 million.
And so, because then you've got like money in investments and stocks, and it's
bank.
growing much quicker than $100 would, for
Right.
example.
I think though they placate people in the
Whatever.
world
But I
unless
agree with
you're
you.
unless you get on like like say you have a song or some shit that hits big, or you're a basketball player or something like that. Generally speaking, even like your doctors and shit, they said they don't make the amount of money like, if they make $1 million in a year, they're really only taking home 150,000 or some shit like that.
What?
Yeah, I swear, because
Wait a
they're
minute,
still
what? If they're getting how much? They're only taking home how much?
like say if they make $1 million in their practice, they probably take home more like 250,000 right after taxes and all that shit.
Right.
Because technically doctors are still employees. They're not, the only people that really make money are big corporate business owners. And I know that sounds like a fucking one of those things that people say, like the corporations.
Yeah, I know. But they truly do make the most money.
Yeah, but in general, they like that side. The Amazon guy doesn't pay tithe. They don't. Big business
Bezos,
owner.
motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
Goddamn.
He's the richest person in America ever.
I think he's the richest person in the world.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
Of
world.
all America is
Ever.
the world.
America is the
Yeah.
world. God damn.
But like, think about that, dude. He's the richest person in the world ever to be in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up.
And it was quick too.
So okay,
Yeah.
so listen. Let me try to put this
though.
fucking. Let me try to put this point out there, and let's see if it comes together. Okay,
Right.
there's something we talked about. You know how they're replacing employees now, especially in the warehouses and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
with robots that do their job. They,
Andrew
they
Yang.
pick,
Here we
they
go.
pack, all that shit,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
here's my thing, and that's what they said. They ship most of the jobs overseas because they make it cheaper. But now they don't even have to ship it. Or none of that. They have a robot
Just
that can
make the robot and bring it to you.
yeah, it can do the job of 15 people
The robot can't even
in
walk
like
to you.
in a quarter of the fucking time, right? So okay, here's my thing. So you have all these products, and these advertising companies advertise these products to people like us that work, bullshit jobs, and we pay for those products, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is my question. So if they make robots take over the Amazon jobs and the UPS jobs and all the jobs that people just go in and they fucking do and they go home.
All the labor jobs,
Yeah,
easy packaging stuff.
Exactly. That you don't really have to have any schooling for and
Technical
stuff
schooling,
like that.
yeah.
So if they replace all those, eventually it's like working the demand out of the equation. So now you have people that don't have jobs because you've replaced them with robots. So you're making products that nobody can buy because nobody has the money to buy it, right?
Right.
Because all these jobs are being replaced. And then the advertising companies, they drop out of the equation because they're like, well, there's nobody buying it, so I'm not going to fucking advertise these things. Then those huge corporations that have the robots running and making these so many products, in fact, that they could, do the job of a whole warehouse in half the time,
Yeah.
What happens then when they replace all the jobs with robot? Like, there will be no consumers.
They'll make fewer products and sell it for more to the people that have the companies.
Have the money, and we're gonna be living that. What's that movie? With the Hunger Games, we're gonna be like the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
The ultra rich class, or what's the other movie?
Battle
I've been
Royale.
watching a bunch of.
Apparently
What's
this-
the Battle Angel, the Adelita Battle Angel, or
yeah.
whatever. The same
Alita, I
thing,
think,
Alita.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's all about some super rich, like they have all the products, and then everybody else is just living in like a slumland.
Kind of like
fuck,
Elysium
dude.
also.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what these people
Elysium, I
just
gotta watch it now.
these people that just like
Matt
gather
Damon.
this wealth and
Oh.
this money, and they put it away in banks to grow more money and more wealth. Like eventually, like there's gonna be
An implosion of wealth. Like
Yeah.
wealth isn't gonna mean anything at one
Or the
point.
poor,
I think.
unskilled people will die off.
that's probably eventually gonna happen.
Perhaps
anyways,
the
right?
products would change. There'd be fewer products, but
You know what it is? We're only gonna need pizza oven sex robots. That's it's everybody. That's the only thing. Nobody's gonna
Pizza
have.
oven sex robot.
We're not gonna need jobs. We're not gonna need jobs. We're not gonna get robots are gonna be doing everything for us. So everybody's just gonna need to afford one pizza oven sex robot. It will take care of
I'd be so
everything.
happy
Everything.
with that.
yes,
Everything.
done.
Right there.
Sold, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, don't ever let me drink stuff because I gotta pee again.
Oh, do you?
Just don't let me.
I
do it.
seen it in his face too. I seen you over here like, when's the podcast in? Because I gotta piss like a
Yes.
motherfucker.
He's got the
not
bladder
in,
of a woman.
Yeah, it's got a vagina.
I don't know,
My
man.
ass has a vagina?
Your bladder.
While he's away,
Yeah.
you want to shit on women? Anything you want to
Uh,
get out?
you know what, man? I've had a pretty good run-in with women this week.
Yeah.
My thing
Because he
is,
spent it with only me.
my thing is, honestly, dude, that these fucking women popping out, and I always say this, but these women popping out fucking 8 kids. And, a lot of those women do that shit so that they can sit at home and raise kids and I know there's some that they want to be a stay-at-home mom and shit. There's a lot of them, though.
want to be.
Yeah. Because
I
it's a
wouldn't. It'd be
fucking...
awful.
No, but you got to think about it. Those women, they
Yeah.
don't want to fucking go work or anything. Taking care of a kid,
That's what I'm
people
saying.
act like it's fucking hard. You just fucking make sure it's breathing, it eats, and you clean the shit out of its body.
Absolutely.
It's not easy, but it's definitely better than going off to work every day.
To work, yeah. And you're in the comfort of your own fucking house. You can put them down for naps and shit. Hey, if you're that kind of mom, you can put a little bit of alcohol in your finger, put it in their mouth, and be
I'd
done with
much
it.
rather go to work, but I don't like kids. So.
But
I don't either, but
I don't want to raise one.
so
Unless
these
you have a
fucking
farm
these women that
of
like
children.
pop out like 8, 9 kids just because.
Government pays for it.
Yeah, and that's what the thing. The government will pay to up
They
for
can't-
5 kids, and these motherfuckers
And he's
know
back.
that shit.
Leave women alone.
Up
And
for
that
5 kids? What
concludes
were we talking
another
about?
segment
The
of
government
Adam
will
Shits
eat
on
up to
Women.
5 kids for you?
Eat
No,
them?
they will.
Yeah.
They will eat your babies for you.
The government
I'm
will
sorry,
take
I'll
care
go
of 5 kids for you, right?
That's what it is. Oh, okay.
So a lot of these females and males alike, but a lot of the females do it because a lot of the males in those situations dip out and they're like, fuck that. And then the female will go after each male for what is the money they child support. So
Alimony.
So what they do is they'll pop out 5 kids and they don't ever have to work again. You know what I mean? That's some fucked up shit. Now, I'm not one of those guys. Like, did you know there's a fucking
But
men's group?
I don't think they have that plan. I don't think a lot of them have that plan. Like, I'm
You
gonna
don't
get
think
5.
so?
I think they get like 3 or 4 in. They're like, fuck, and then they're trapped into a corner and like, oh well, there's just government assistance, so I guess I'm gonna. I don't know.
So
Maybe
I'm
there
not
is people that are like, like you
Yeah.
know, like I'm
I'm
gonna
sure
get these
there's
5
some,
different babies'
yeah.
daddies, you know, to like pop out a kid for me.
Yeah.
I know a guy that's he basically through lying he popped out a couple kids through different but he's the guy paying out the money. He's not not in the receiving end, you know. So
I look at that, man, and I worked with a lot of guys like that, and they took any overtime that he ever made. Was gone.
Garnish that shit. They can garnish that shit easy.
Why not just move to Mexico and be a drug lord?
Good God, dude. I was
He's not that
fucking
smart.
sick.
He's not that smart.
He's not that smart.
He's not that.
smart enough.
Who the
That's good.
fuck? Like, he didn't
You
have
want me to
that
tell him his
plan,
name?
though, right? He didn't have that planned in mind. Was like, I'm gonna fucking pop out a bunch of kids and then not pay.
He just wasn't. No, he just
Just
lied.
not
He
thinking.
lied too much. That was his problem. He's just like, you know, he
Man.
thought he had his pull-out game on lock. He
Did not.
did not.
Yeah, because that doesn't work.
You wake
Yeah,
up in the
I
morning,
don't
you
get
get
that.
10
There's so
kids.
many people that
Yeah.
still think that's a science.
They're
like,
stupid.
Okay.
Those
yeah.
are probably
No,
the
yeah,
same
no, they are
people that
stupid.
don't trust science.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, didn't
science
back my
don't know.
kids, man.
Just pulling out science, but science don't know.
No, that's so stupid. And pull out game. That's just the dumbest thing
I
I've
don't
ever
trust
heard.
it.
I don't trust it. No, you shouldn't.
Oh no, I mean Adam
Him?
behind me.
Oh
Yeah. No, I learned that pre-com is just as likely to get a chick pregnant.
Yeah, it's cum.
So yeah, that's
It's
okay.
little sperm.
Your body doesn't separate the two. It's just like, oh no, this is pre-com.
That's like the one bit
There's
of
no
information.
life in
Free.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
That's how I've lived my life. It's like, all right, don't get anybody pregnant.
No,
Everything
we,
else just kind of falls in.
we looked up though. There's
It's a lot
a
easier.
there's a men's rights activist group or men's rights group or whatever.
Oh hell yeah!
Have you seen
Hell
that?
yes.
That shit is so funny. And I get
They're
some
crazy.
of the things that they say in some of those groups. No, that was the men's support group. The other one, like the men's rights activist group, whatever, is the fucking dumbest shit I've ever seen. And these
They're
dudes
so
are serious.
extreme,
No,
dude.
wait. Why is it stupid?
Oh, it's
Oh,
so
I
extreme.
mean, I
It's-
could
yeah.
see where there would be people that would start it, and it's like, oh, man, blah blah blah. But I mean, realistically, couldn't it be done right?
Oh yes, for
Okay,
sure. Yeah.
But this one's not.
No, yeah.
No,
Go.
man,
Let's
they-
make
They're
fun of them.
basically like the world was made for them, so like women are their property, and
Is it kind
it's-
of like those dudes that like they're white supremacists, but like they're inbred looking and all fat and stupid?
Oh
You
no,
know what?
some of them
No.
are just
We're
lawyers,
superior
Got
Right.
money, yeah.
doctors.
People got money, yeah.
Yeah.
They're fucking real, and their thing is like that the women are holding them down.
It's like take
It's
men's
fucking
rights
crazy.
to the extreme. They're radicalist, essentially, is what it is.
Dude, and
so they
they-
make everything dumb. Like
So-
it starts out with good points and turns retarded.
And not
then it
only that,
devolves.
but there are women in these groups that
Mm-hmm.
that they do the supporting of that man in that fucking group, and I was like, holy shit. This is the dumbest shit I've ever. And the dumbest part is these women are like egging them on. They're like, "I'm here for you, honey.
That's
let
right,
me,
baby. You want me to cook you another egg? And
let me grab you a beer
Because they
while
just
you
want to be a
fucking shit on me."
housewife.
Yeah, dude. I
They
guess
want the
it's
old
fact.
ways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The fact that those groups even exist are a sign that life is pretty good right now.
Right?
Yes.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's just if it's just that we have the time to complain about. I don't know.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what?
No, I agree.
Something that I noticed while we were out. So this is how I know that America's. It's pretty fucking good place
When
to
you were
go.
traveling.
No. It was we got there and we went to the store and there was a big Donald Trump section.
Where is this?
It was in Florida. And so when you put the beer in the koozie, Donald Trump's dick comes out.
Oh yeah,
of
it
the
was
thing.
awesome.
Was it big?
Yeah, it was
Big dick?
big compared to the koozie, man. It was like, you know.
Yeah.
And that's
I
how
think
you
it was
know that
cool.
the world is just, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy is that we're so worried about bitching and complaining about all these fucking stupid things that we neglect the huge things going on in life. I think that's what's crazy. We're so busy worried about LGBTQ plus minus and fucking, you know, men's rights and all this,
minus.
all this stuff that divides us, and we don't realize that if we would just join each other, shut the fuck up about our differences, like we could make a change and not rely on the government to take care of
I
us.
think people realize this, but they don't want to join together in the same way.
Oh yeah.
Everybody just wants to control the movement.
Well, they want to have
everybody
their
wants to be
thing.
a leader.
They want to have, they want to
Yeah.
have their thing they belong to, and for that to be a thing, there has to be another thing that's different from that thing. There has to be a good versus
like an
bad. There has
opposite
to be
thing.
a.
It's kind of like kids deciding what fighting game they're gonna play, or like what sports game they're gonna play in video games. It's like, I want to play NBA 2K because I'm good at that. Well, I want to play tennis because I'm good at that.
Well, I
Yeah.
got Game Genie, bitch.
Bitch.
No, I
good
could
at all.
definitely see that, man. And it's sad to see everybody fighting over just the dumbest shit, man.
Yeah.
And half the time they don't even know what the fuck they're arguing for. They just want to be noticed for fucking something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people, and
You're
that's
choosing to be mad.
yeah,
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
that's what it
That's
is. man.
exactly what it is.
And it was shit, I forgot what we were watching, but they had showed that like most of the people that are arguing about those things, like they'll go up to them and they'll give them the facts, right? And then it's like their head explodes. They're like, holy shit, like, and then they'll get mad and they'll get angry, they'll see red and they'll walk away because they're like, they're right. Like there is technically nothing to fight about because everything is fabricated. Like everything.
I don't know. You can't have any civil conversation. I was on Facebook when Trump came to town. The protests were happening or whatever. And this one chick was like on Facebook. And she made a comment and she was just like, anybody have any tiki torches they want to part with? And she was like a Democrat. And she was wanting to like, did you see?
Yeah, I think.
Did you see my post?
Yeah, I think it was through yours.
So I made a
didn't see the
post
whole
in
thing.
being like, hey, instead of like, doing this, why don't you like register a voter or call your politician? Like do actual change. Do something that you can actually do to change,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
protesting, you're going to be around a bunch of people that have your like mind.
Yep.
You're not going to
Yeah.
you're not arguing somebody to the other side. You're literally just, and
With like-minded people.
Right.
Yeah.
And the way that
Yeah.
it's set up is like, all right, here's the protesters. You guys are in a big adult playpen. And then here's the Westboro Baptist Church right next to you. So, like, you're getting treated just like the Westboro Baptist people.
Right.
And
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah,
or
and the-
shouting at a wall.
Yeah. And then
That's
the
the
people
bad.
try to be like, oh, dude, you were so cool during the civil rights movement. I was like, oh, did we finish that? Did we wrap that up? Is that over with now? Did we give that to George Bush? Mission accomplished? You know what I mean? It's just
No,
like,
but we got 7
Jesus.
likes out of it.
That's what it
Yeah.
is. That's like people are so like into that world, like it's easy to retreat to.
That's
that
how
world.
deeply entrenched that world is in our society. Like that's all we care about. If
It's
somebody
easy to get comfort. It's easy comfort.
And it
Yeah.
all
It's like-
started with a butthurt college kid.
motherfucker.
Right?
Can you imagine though, like only surrounding yourself, and that's what I told Sarah. So sometimes like we seek out people who don't agree with us because if we're sitting at the house all day, right, every day, say that we come up with things in between me and Sarah, right, and we think we're right. We're like, oh well, we're probably spot on. Well, if you never
Probably
ask,
are, to be fair.
if you never like set up
Right?
an argument with somebody
At least
else
you.
or seek out an
Other-
opposing opinion, how the fuck can you see it from all angles?
It's your
Right.
whole algorithm thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're staying in that bubble.
And that
Yeah,
that's
it's
how
that whole
yeah.
thing, but it's.
I'm glad we come. That's exactly what it is. It
Yeah,
just
if you never add another variable, things are gonna just stay the
Exactly.
same.
Yo, somebody on my Facebook today was like showing a picture of like a commitment him and his girlfriend made, and there was a bunch of like lists of stuff, and he was like not meeting new people. I was like, what? How is that
That's crazy.
that's a requirement to your relationship doing good? Is
Yeah.
to never meet new people
Oh.
ever again.
Wow, dude.
That's
that's
awesome.
I hope that guy
weird.
doesn't listen to this podcast.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I hope he does, and he knows how stupid his
Let him
idea
know that's
is.
unhealthy.
Or maybe he can, clarify. Maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Right.
Maybe I'm seeing the list differently.
Yeah,
Then
maybe
we-
you're
No.
perceiving it
No,
differently.
No. It's,
As a guest of
No,
this
you're
show,
right.
you are correct.
Yes.
hell yeah,
Right.
dude. I fucking. Well, here. Actually, I brought a list out of other things I would like to talk about.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, I thought he was.
Wait,
gonna
where's
say
the
called-
list?
They're called male supremacists, is
male
what it is.
supremacists. That
Oh,
makes
come
sense.
on.
There's
Male
male
supremacists?
rights and
As
there's
soon as you
male
throw
supremacists.
supremacist on anything other
Is
than
that a
like
thing yet?
intelligent
Male supremacy?
supremacist, you're wrong.
They're the
got this,
extreme men
I
rights.
guess. Yeah.
They
What do you
basically,
want?
Can't
they
wait to hear that
are.
word.
I know, right? They basically consider women inferior, is what it is. We are the inferior sex, or
I mean,
Can't
whatever.
we just agree that we're both inferior in some ways
Like, right?
and superior?
In others, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's what their whole
I've met
thing
women
is.
with bigger balls than me, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Like, hands down. Like,
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
And
People,
really, any chick that'll pick up a bug,
Dude, ain't that
bigger
the
balls
fucking
than
truth?
me. Fuck that shit.
people just need something to be butthurt about.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
And they can't even say butthurt anymore. God, see, I
What?
Whatever.
How
Huh?
did that happen?
I don't know. Butthurt's
Is it like-
like,
is it gay
because
bashing
right,
now?
right. Because
Yeah.
what do you mean butthurt? Like, maybe I like stuff up my butt. Okay, huh?
Yeah, that's
Like,
fine.
Okay, well then you like that, but I'm fucking butthurt.
Yeah,
so
if you like
Yeah.
things in your
how
ass,
about
don't
you
get
suck
butthurt.
my dick too?
Oh
That's
my
right.
gosh, you don't have a dick. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, right. I swear to
I
God.
guess suck the shit out of my ass.
Suck the shit out of my ass like a goddamn
I'm
plumber.
writing that
Where's the
down.
plumber?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's
Here
the
he
plumber?
is, coming out of the bathroom now.
Suck the shit out of my ass.
Are we taking potential
Yeah.
quotes?
I like to write down at least one thing that was said that I'm like, that's just brilliant. I can
I
never
don't
forget that.
I don't know if we have.
I'm gonna
switched-
try to elaborate off the sex robot pizza.
I know that's the best idea that's come out of this entire thing.
I don't know if we've, moved on past this fucking subject, but it just.
What were we talking about?
Male
Just
supremacists.
the
Okay.
fact that people stay in their bubble. They don't want to hear
Yeah.
anybody else's opinion. Now, on the subject of not meeting new people, this is something that I've been in relationships where they don't want the outside variable because they can't compete. So it's
Right.
kind of like a control issue. They
Yeah.
want to, because if you're a piece of shit to your partner, or you're not living up, or you're not performing well, then somebody who comes
All
along,
true, by the way.
somebody who comes along and like they challenge the relationship. Like if
Right.
somebody comes along and like makes Sarah start questioning, like, oh, maybe it's better with that guy and stuff like that. Now we're in like defense mode and shit. So if you cut out that variable, you'll always be happy because nobody
Right,
can.
you don't have to worry
There's
about
no
it.
outside.
Mhm.
You don't ever have to try. You just
might
are the
not be
best.
at the top, but everything else is crippled.
I feel like that's a lot of why people don't want to branch outside of their bubble, whether it's with their
Oh,
opinions
yeah.
or whatever, because they either don't know enough to argue their side, or they just, this is the way it is, and
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into the fucking conversation.
Yeah, a lot of people are that. They have it up here, and they're right, and they're gonna be famous for whatever the fuck they're doing on
On
their
Facebook. I'm gonna get 31 likes today. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get fired. It's weird, and I don't think anybody expected the internet to, and Facebook, social media to
Do
progress
what it
is where it
has,
has.
yeah.
It's grown to
Yeah.
this monster that, of course, they're using it for war now.
And
They're
very
perpetuating
quickly.
war, and very quickly. And so many people are so fucking negative, and it's just a weird place. You can be famous and get paid for taking pictures of your ass all day on Instagram, or
Yeah.
for a lady that has a nice
You know
ass.
what's more
you can do that.
important than all of this?
Everything.
What's that?
No.
Family.
The chick that played that went fine.
Yup.
No, the chick that played Rachel on Boy Meets World. You know that redhead broad.
She
Yeah.
is gonna be. Say it.
She's
What?
gonna be in a porn.
Can't wait to watch it.
Really?
Women.
Yeah, because
Up
she
and
liked
coming?
the script.
Oh yeah, she's
She
hammered
liked
down.
the script.
Yeah, she's like,
She's still
Is
in
it a well-written porn?
this is really well written. I have to do this. The time is right.
The time is
not.
right. Is it a comeback as well?
Come back.
No, I meant
Yeah.
like, is she really like? trying
Is someone
to,
gonna come on her back?
No, I think what he's
Somebody
saying
has
is
to by law.
Yeah.
I
It's
think what
porno.
he's saying is does she think that this is
Gonna
gonna be
put her back on the map.
Has she been acting the whole time?
no, I
Have
feel
I
like,
been missing this like
well,
radar
she's done other
of
things, but
like
her and
little
Topanga
stuff?
just been gang banging the whole time?
Gang banging. Yes.
So I
too late
fucking-
gang bang.
I've seen
But-
that, but it's not like your Pornhub porn. It's like you have to go get. It's like a film,
It's,
right?
yeah, yes, that's how I was thinking
Yeah.
of it. It's like
Netflix.
it's an adult
It'll be on
film. It's not porn.
It's
doing
not
an adult
porn. It's like an
film.
adult
Oh,
film,
that
and
makes
that's how they say it. Adult film. Adult film. It's a legit fucking film.
It'll
you know
be
what I
on
mean?
Amazon Prime probably. You
I
get it with the
fucking hope
Prime
so.
description. Yeah.
You know why doesn't? You know how you used to go into the fucking video stores and stuff, and they'd have that place way in the back, and you had to go, and there's a curtain.
Shit was
Why don't
fun.
they have that for
Right.
Netflix now? Like they have an adult Netflix. When are they going
Why
to do
don't
that?
they have a premium service? Yeah, like a streaming service, like yeah, like
Why is the internet porn not enough? It's unlimited.
I know, I was
Anything
thinking
you
what-
want, my God.
Is Pornhub not enough?
Yeah,
No.
you've got
It's
like
not,
a
dude.
bajillion porn
It's really-
sites.
I
Branch out.
don't care how much porn they ever put on
it
the
bleeds
world.
into every social media I have except for Facebook. No, it's on Facebook too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
check this
I
out.
follow
Yeah.
titties everywhere. That's
This
just-
this is how you know that your
Titties
phone is like
everywhere.
listening to you and watching what you do. The fucking one morning I woke up and you were like, I was like, you know what? The first thing I want to do when I wake up, I just want to see some titties. So I pulled up fucking Pornhub. I'm like, oh, nice titties. Put it down. Went to the shitter. Took a shit. Opened my Facebook, and the first thing that popped up on my Facebook was an ad for
titties.
For big tits.
no, it was for porn addiction help. The very first thing.
Yo,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And dude, I reported it. I was like, you don't fucking tell me what
It's
I'm
like,
addicted to.
You've got a problem.
are y'all regular porn watchers? Y'all regular
Oh,
watchers of the
yeah.
porn?
You watch porn?
Yeah, yeah.
You watch
So,
porn?
like-
We're good.
You should open your
Browser
thing.
in general. He's got
And-
4 tabs.
Well,
Oh, yeah. You can
4
fucking...
incognito tabs for sure.
no, just all the things like his saved stuff. It's a bunch of X's.
Yeah, it's like that little
It's
favorites
fucking
box.
funny.
Yeah.
No, but like
Yeah.
if you ever like pause like I do sometimes, you know, you click on it,
I mean, like,
like,
do you
you
mean
know
the
those-
video or like pause
like
what
you
you're
pause
doing?
on the video. Well, you
Okay.
can. I mean, yeah, I'll stop too. You know,
Okay.
it'd be weird to like pause the video and still be like, no, we're gonna keep
No,
going.
This is perfect.
That
No, but,
grimace is doing it.
It's like every
it's not
single
like that
time
now?
I pause it, you know how the ad pops up and it will be like, blah, blah, blah. All the ads are like, try this for a limp dick. It's just like, are you subconsciously trying to get me to have a limp
Yeah.
dick so I can
Right.
like,
So you
So you
stay
buy
there
their
longer,
product.
maybe?
yeah, and it's always a guy fucking a watermelon. It's like, what is that? How
What
is that
the
going to cure a
fuck?
limp dick even if I had one?
Then you get a
like,
seed in your shaft. And it's
maybe that's what it is, and it grows, and then
Yeah.
you
That
hard
hurts.
all the time. Oh,
I watched that episode of Seinfeld last night. Not where there's a watermelon in the dick, but
I don't remember
you know,
that one.
Or like
that.
Elaine.
The
You know,
watermelon.
Elaine fakes the orgasms,
Yeah.
and Jerry's freaking out, and then George can't get it going with his lady that's
Yeah.
obsessed with the risotto. And,
Hell yes.
I don't
was
remember
nice.
that one.
Get
It was awesome. It's
Well-
in season 5.
Oh, okay.
and so you definitely get in your head. So instantly, that's exactly what that is.
But yeah,
trying
it's
to
like
kinda
every
keep you
single
there
time.
longer.
It's just like I have to train myself to when I'm going to pause to look away so I'm not seeing that.
that dick in the watermelon.
And that ain't that crazy? It didn't used to be that way where you had ads in your porno.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
God
man?
damn it.
Yeah. Then you just had interviews.
This life sucks. I gotta go protest this.
Interviews.
You gotta protest.
Yeah,
it.
where are we gonna go? Why can't we protest the important things?
Let's
Like
find where
porn issues.
Pornhub is
Fuck.
stationed and go
Yeah.
to like their
Yeah,
main
shit.
place. I'm
Their
sure
hub.
it's like their hub.
Their hub. Where is their? They're actually based out of Canada.
Pornhub's
Really?
based out of
Well,
Canada?
yeah, you look them up all the time, and the wiki will say a Canadian-based.
God
Oh,
bless
interesting.
Canadian.
I bet
Canada.
that's just some storage unit in Canada.
Yeah.
It's probably
No,
it's
I'm
just-
sure with the amount of money they make, it's probably find the only mansion there, and it's the Pornhub hub.
Yeah.
Man,
It's
I'm-
just they own the other side of the rapids, the Grand Rapids. They own the Canada side.
and that's I don't know, man. There's something that porn isn't like. It's not like most of the time you look at porn, you're like, I just want to see some fucked up shit. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how y'all do it. It's not
You
just
all
like,
look at it only for fucked up
right.
shit. You can own it. I
No.
look at porn for fucked up shit. Say
I
it.
do, man. I look at porn for fucked up shit. Like, I want to see how many elbows they can fit in one vagina. You know what I mean? I want to
That's
just
good to
see them
know.
dropping bows inside the fucking thing. That's what I go for, you know?
But I mean,
No,
I'm
I'm
just
not-
seeing
not
it the first
exclusively.
time. It's not like there's a group
Yeah.
of people that are constantly trying to top that.
Right.
Last week I saw 27. Now they're going for 32.
Yes.
I don't exclusively
They
do it
got
for
one in the butt too.
like as a masturbatory aid. Sometimes I'm just like,
Masturbatory.
what other fucked up shit? Not like as fucked up as like, you know, 2 girls in 1 cup and stuff like that. Just fucked up like different shit. Like I just want to see
Well,
different
they
shit.
like remaking the hot dog eating contest, but sticking it up in the vagina. It's like, how many hot dogs did you
How
get?
many hot dogs could she get this?
And then
time?
Instead
she
of
queefs them
Kobayashi,
out.
it's just, you know, some.
That's
Here comes
awesome.
Oscar Mayer. I don't know.
So, all right.
Oscar
I
Mayer.
want to
I'm
bring
not
up.
feeling creative right
I want to bring up
me pep
something.
up.
Man,
'cause
does
I wanna
anybody
know-
have that as a porn name?
Oscar
Oscar
Mayer.
Mayer.
Oscar
we know?
Mayer.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, but it's been
Probably.
used in a rap as talking about a penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is that guy? I got that fire. Holla at your boy if you want that Oscar Mayer.
Shit.
I think it's Baby. I don't know.
Hang on. I'll look it up right now.
So,
I got that fire. Type that in and it'll.
what it?
Well, I feel like it's
See my
probably
face.
every rap single now. It's like, I got that fire.
Have you all seen
It's like 98.
the people that are giving that Greta Thunberg like that? If we're talking about,
I heard they're trying
trolling?
to like portray her as like some Nazi symbol or
Yeah,
something.
dude, they
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I saw that
flip.
'cause
She
like
has
the
pigtails, so
pigtails.
she's obviously a Nazi.
Yeah.
That's just like saying the OK symbol was for white power. Did you see
juvenile.
that too?
Oh, dude.
Juvenile. Yeah. Got that
The raised
fire.
hell at Disney.
They can make anything fucking something that it isn't. That's the media.
Look,
They
and
can
the
do anything.
crazy shit is the people that are doing this are like CEOs and like
Yeah, man.
governors and
Yeah.
like adult men and women who run parts of the country.
Part
Like,
of me
you
thinks they're
need to
just doing it
relax.
because they've hit the top of their ladder and they're like, I'm bored. Let's see what we can make society do.
That's what. See,
Feel like
that's,
Trump's doing it. I'll do
Fuck
it.
that's what kills me because I don't care how much money you have. You're not gonna like defeat the apocalypse. Like you're not. You're not gonna be the one that does
Unless
it.
you're
and
the
fucking-
X-Men.
Injected into
Yeah.
That's right.
I can understand like what's Elon Musk trying to set up a station on Mars and then we can all go there and then till the world fixes itself and stuff like that. I get that. Okay, that's a cool one. And I'm sure that a bunch of rich people are like, I hope I'm the first one there. You know. But in generally speaking, I don't care how many billions of dollars you have, you're not if a fucking big asteroid comes or you're not gonna defeat that. Like you're done with the
And
rest
you're
of
definitely
us.
not going to be safe in space.
No, yeah.
Oh, and
There's
speaking,
asteroids everywhere
Yeah.
in space.
they said in 2025 that they're gonna have a motherfucking like a cruise ship, a hotel in outer space.
Can we
yeah.
please talk about this? Because I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
However many people get to go are all going to die.
It's
and
gonna
it's
be
the
like-
only time it's ever going to happen.
No, it's gonna be like
would
the
be
first,
awesome.
the,
Space.
the
Titanic.
first voyage of Titanic.
It's going to
yeah.
be the fucking Titanic.
It's
Yes.
gonna hit a fucking asteroid instead of an iceberg.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. If I can take them all out.
Asteroid ahead.
That's what's gonna happen.
Shit.
That's what it is, man. Like it's pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing. And they're gonna put. I think there was like the first voyage is gonna be like 100 people go up, and they're all gonna die for sure. They're
Yeah.
gonna.
They're only
Have you
going to have
seen those like that?
95 escape pods.
There's not enough.
The house band will get in them first. Better have a house band.
That's true.
We'll put all our instruments each in their own pod. Fuck these guys.
Fuck these guys. we're
We saw
done.
it coming. How could they not?
Save
Right.
the brass.
I think what happens, especially with that Greta, the girl, is that
I was trying to think what we were talking about. I forgot. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
it's,
ADD all the way.
it's either somebody they either like are upset because she's gonna upset the way the money works, the way the money flows, all that shit, or generally speaking, they're like, bitch, you don't know what you're talking about. But I haven't really looked into her that much to be like,
Well, I mean, I'm fine with what she's the goal of what she has.
I'm
but
completely with it.
it's purely emotionally based.
Oh,
course
It's a
she's-
kid. It's
how
another.
dare
It's
you.
another part
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off, man.
I
Put
feel-
some science behind your shit.
Can we-
Quit crying and
That's
outline
exactly what it
something.
is. She's 15, so she's very emotional. And I mean, yay, she's raising awareness and everything. But
they say that they were nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Do it.
Motherfuckers
Fuck it.
have to accomplish.
Let it mean
like
nothing anymore.
Yeah,
What does
I
it
just say
mean?
nothing. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody
Give
else
it
fucking
to
feels
a
that
frog next time. I can't wait. That frog that emits drugs, like, dude,
Yes.
fucking
Yes.
that frog is chill as fuck. We're gonna give him the
He's
Nobel.
overseen more chill sex pits than anyone in the world.
yes.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
dude,
it's
you're
stupid.
right. You just said it perfect. Like, you can't. There's people who fucking do life-altering, like world-changing fucking
Well,
things
I mean,
to
they
get
gave
that.
Obama the Peace Prize, but he was bombing countries.
They're like,
Yeah.
thank you
Oh,
for
yeah, so
bombing
much
your
peace.
first 100 days. We're gonna give you the peace
There was
prize.
an Onion article, not an article. I'll say it's a headline, an Onion headline.
Yeah.
It said Trump disqualified from the Nobel Peace Prize because he didn't have enough drone strikes.
yes. Hell yes.
It's like that's good.
So
That's right.
fucking perfect, dude. It's just the world, and I think my thing is that it was a ploy to get her to shut up. They're like, "Here's a peace prize, so you can be an accomplished little girl, and you can go on
Now
and shut the
shut
fuck
up.
up."
Shit, if I got some big award, it's not gonna make me stop.
Make me go
Will it
that
make
much
you go harder?
Yeah.
Now I
I'd be
want
like,
a
oh,
Grammy.
Yeah, right. I want a Grammy for
Grammy.
this shit.
Yeah, I want an EGOT. I want to get all the Emmy, Grammy. I forget what the other ones are.
Yeah, they don't matter. That's why.
What's the one?
Do you think
Oscar.
anybody's gonna
Oscar.
rally against
You're
the
right.
Grammys because some people don't have grandmas and it like triggers them?
One day.
Have you seen the Andrew
Absolutely.
Schultz stand up?
Mm-mm.
No.
He has a joke. It's like a anti-politically correct. He goes hard. He goes a little bit over. But he does one. He's just like, guys, what are we supposed to do with granny now? It's like tranny, trans,
Yeah.
tranny,
Yes.
grandma, granny.
Yes.
But no, he's pretty good.
Fucking
But some of the
perfect,
stuff
dude.
you're just like, oh man, you are just mad. You're angry.
Yes.
No, so my thing is like, can we talk conspiracy theories for a second?
Absolutely.
Hell
always.
yeah.
Alright, so I think the conspiracy theory is they throw out a bunch of stuff out there as
Yeah.
conspiracy theories just to keep people busy from whatever the real stuff really is.
Yeah.
So just throw a mass amount of conspiracy theories out there, then have the populace be the conspiracy theories. So now like when the bees are dying around the 5G, I was like, oh, those are just the conspiracy theory people. So let's just drown it out.
Oh yeah, because it's like crying wolf. Like we're just like, oh, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers are crazy anyways.
The
They've been
conspiracy of conspiracy.
Like
Wow,
conspiracy
dude.
theories are like mainstream almost nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's true.
it's
Yeah.
almost
Everybody
like
knows
an
one.
in thing about, well, mine is. What's
Mhm.
yours? What's your
Yeah.
conspiracy
Oh,
theory?
it does. Everybody back in the day, nobody had those. Everybody was like, it was
Well,
It's
yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
UFOs. So I was like, yeah. some-
UFOs is
Yeah.
about the only one.
You
yeah.
were a nut if you believed them too. So
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And you know,
Everybody's got them now.
yeah.
and like you said
Mhm.
about people
Eating
acting,
babies.
even if there was a conspiracy that is truly fucked up and that it's hurting the American people and shit, nobody's gonna do anything. They're just gonna be
Because it's
like,
washed up. Have you seen that movie? I brought up like 40 fucking movies. Sorry to Bother You. It's a movie. It's like it starts out pretty normal, but then it gets like crazy. But yeah, it gets to the point to where there's like, the guy is like a telemarketer,
Yeah.
but he does really good. So they're like, hey, we want to invite you up to the top floor. So they invite him up, and like it's basically being a telemarketer for like the Taliban. Like you're selling like you're selling like weapons of mass
Weapons to
destruction
them,
and stuff. So he got like even higher up into that, and they're like, oh well, we want you to meet this guy. He's basically like a Jeff Bezos type character that has all the money.
yeah.
And you find out that he's like inventing these half human, half horses, like
awesome.
hybrids.
Yes.
And like, so they end up like breaking the conspiracy out, and it gets mainstream and it actually gets into like a CNN type shit. And then they just like normalize it. They're like, oh, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Blah, blah, blah. And then it just becomes a normal thing. They're like, no. But it's just a movie about like, even if your conspiracy theory is true, they're gonna figure out a way to
Oh yeah.
drown it out.
They'll
awesome.
drown. They
I wanna
drown
see
it
it.
off.
I didn't mean to drown it.
One of the
So I kinda
biggest
gave it all
conspiracy
away.
theories that I can say
I know.
that
I still want to see it though.
Yeah.
It's still super great the way it's shot. It's like because it starts out as a normal ass movie, and then like gets a little weirder, gets really fucking weird. Like it just ramps up like
It's
0
like
to
from
60.
Dusk Till Dawn.
Hell yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
It starts out like real just like
like,
it's
oh,
like a
okay, cool, and you're
hardcore
like,
thing,
wait a
and then there's fucking vampires everywhere.
and shit. Yeah, that movie.
The biggest conspiracy theory that of our time, I guess, would be like 9/11, and I
Loose
honestly that's the
change.
one that I fucking truly think. I mean, without a doubt, when you look at everything, it's like, yeah, of course this was set up.
Yeah.
Of course it was. Like there's obvious that it was set up, like and all the stuff that followed and all the weird shit they did and policies they didn't follow and shit. Anyways. That one. And now when you bring that up, like people look at you like you're like, oh, this dude's just a fucking
What about
quack.
Tower 7? I'm like, shut up, dude. Yeah.
And people do
No,
that.
Tower 7's a big fucking deal.
Yes.
It didn't even get hit. Why did it fall?
Yeah.
God damn it.
And nobody pays and nobody does anything. Nobody fucking goes after it because you'll be silenced.
Well,
just
plus,
like
you can't
everyone.
really crack it.
Yeah.
You
I
can
know,
know
yeah.
for a
Yeah,
fact that it was like, but then the powers that be are like,
Yeah.
Oh, is
This
that
guy-
what it's like?
this guy's a
I'm
pedophile.
like,
They'll
"Meh,"
put
and they're
fucking-
like, "Meh."
Yeah,
And then we're all like, "Meh, meh."
it's like you were there.
And then it's just like, wah, 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 wah. Everybody-
It's a good podcast. Good podcast.
And then it all ties back to Charlie Brown. And they knew that all this shit was going to happen.
Yeah, there's
before.
like a
Get down
Charlie
my
Brown from like
Shivo.
96 that like talks about the 9/11 trade centers. It has like Snoopy like getting his pilot's license and shit. And
Yeah.
like, what the fuck's going on? Snoopy's learning Arabic. All right, I don't even. Oops.
Don't listen to Woodstock.
Don't
There's
listen to anything
a-
else.
Johnny Bravo was it Johnny Bravo?
Yeah,
I think
it was
they
an
had
episode of Johnny Bravo in the
like a
background.
poster in the background of a plane flying into the towers.
Yeah, man.
There's so then there's the Simpsons. There's so many
Oh,
things you
Simpsons
can
did
get
it too,
down
yeah.
a hole. You can just
Yeah.
go to YouTube and type in "convince me." And
Yeah.
just like change my mind. You're like, okay, I will.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yes, there you go.
You
YouTube
asked
is
for
Steven
this.
Crowder basically. So it's like, all right, you want me to
Yes.
Oh yeah, man.
change your mind? Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
You want to believe Bigfoot's real?
You're
Yeah.
going to.
You
That's
go,
what they
buddy.
were saying. Something about like the Bigfoot expert. Like, how do you
Yeah.
become an expert in something that doesn't exist?
That
He was
doesn't
raped
exist.
by a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Well, the newest one is Donald Trump is really just Andy Kaufman.
Oh, I like that one though, kind
That
of.
would be gold.
Yeah,
I
I'd
I'd
haven't
be
be
so
read up
happy.
on it yet, but
He
yeah,
said,
that
I
would.
haven't
I'm
read
like,
up
oh,
on
I'm
it.
glad he did
Yeah.
well for
So
himself.
this is-
He did well for himself.
Wow.
They're doing well.
It's awesome.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
That,
Cool.
We would like to thank our special guest, Michael Kinberger. Thank you so much for
Just
being on the
realized that
fucking
was-
show.
Being recorded
Over there.
Yeah.
Man.
And you're over there too.
Do you have
Oh, the
anything coming
Tinfoil
up? Do you-
podcast, hell yeah.
You like that? That's our
I like it a lot.
tripod or whatever you
Do you
want
want
to
to
call it.
plug anything? Are you doing anything special?
Yeah. Anything coming up?
Locally.
All right, never mind. Close it
yeah,
out.
Yeah. October 26th, I'll be at Comedy by the Bridge doing a show called The Breakup Show, and it's about comedians talking about their worst
Big
breakup
dicks.
stories and their
nice.
big dicks. But yeah, it's just breakup stories and stuff like that. And so I guess it's gonna be the kickoff show, so we're gonna make it real big. And Comedy by the Bridge, it's right off of the 2nd Street Bridge. It's where the Kai's 1 and 2 used to be. I don't know what
yeah.
it's- I don't know what
On
it's
the
called
Indiana
now, but-
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still avoid
No,
that
no,
toll.
it's fine. I like Indiana.
Still avoid that.
Not, you don't have to
Right.
defend it.
Haven't
I'm not
installed
ripping
the
on
toll
Indiana.
bridge. I am, dude. As soon as they put that toll bridge, there's no
No, fuck
reason to
the
go
toll
over to
bridge.
Indiana.
No reason at all.
Use
No
the
reason.
2nd Street Bridge.
No, they're
Fuck
gonna
that.
toll that eventually.
Use
gonna
the
toll
Sherman
it.
Minton. Swim.
I'm not driving
I don't
9
give a
miles
fuck.
out of my
Go
way.
to Indiana.
Why? What are you? Wait a minute. We're gonna stop this podcast, but now we got. What's so important?
This happened last time too. It's okay.
Is Indiana the gateway to Canada for you or something?
No,
What-
it's where
Yeah.
we're from. Our
Yeah.
parents live there.
Born and raised.
So you
Still
have
ain't
this.
shit
Allegedly.
over there.
All right.
Yeah.
Still ain't not a fucking thing over
I just have that blind allegiance.
So
Yeah.
meth like really happened in Kentucky, I guess.
Well, obviously.
It's like every time we have to go visit, dude, the minute I leave, I'm all good until I have to leave the house, and then I'm a fucking asshole all the way over there. Because
Let
I
'em-
hate to
yeah.
drive, bro.
Let
I'm like,
them get stopped at one light.
One
and
light.
instantly-
Motherfucking-
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
ask her,
All
man.
the fucking lights.
And I,
I
like
love
from
the
0 to
drive, but-
100,
Yeah.
one light, dude, fuck my whole day
Yeah,
up.
everybody on the road sucks. I suck. The
All
fucking
you
car
cocksuckers,
sucks.
you just follow the laws.
I swear, man, it doesn't take
Shit.
long for me to start like fucking everybody. And
Nah, let's
your
shut it
bitch,
down.
man.
I'm hungry.
Hey, you
Cool,
spell
man.
your
Do
last
it.
name Kinberger?
Yeah, thanks for letting everybody know. And then now
Yeah.
they can
What
find
What's
me.
your
the hell's-
social-
I was like,
I
didn't want
see it
anybody to find
anyway.
me.
Yeah.
What's
Some
your-
like
going after my-
Mushmouth over here said Kimber.
I can't remember.
I've been going
Mark
after my
Kimber.
fake name the whole
See, I
time.
always fuck
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I don't
that
want to say
is nice.
Kimberger, but
It's
it is
what it is,
Kinberger,
yeah.
and I'm all like
I
Kimberger,
don't
People
know.
always add an S, like Kinsberger.
Kinsburgers,
Ah.
Interesting.
I don't know.
burgers. So,
Food for thought.
any other show coming up after October 26th? Or is that the big one?
That's the what I got going. Next Wednesday I'll be at the Caravan Comedy Club.
There you go.
They got so many different names there.
Cool.
They're
Pick
gonna change it
one.
in a couple years. Anyway.
God.
They'll
Yeah.
change it again.
All right.
probably.
Well, that was episode 27 of Wildly Uninteresting
call it the
Podcast.
Laugh
We
And we're still
appreciate-
going.
Bad
We-
breath is better than no breath.
We appreciate you paying attention or listening, whatever. Comment, share, like, share,
Subscribe.
do whatever else
Don't
there is
delete.
to do.
Blow up your computer.
share it with the senator.
Skibbity-bop-bop-bop. Bibbidi-bibbidi-bop-bop.
Wildly uninteresting. Sting, sting.